Episode 54.
Name.
That's 22 Marvel films times 2 plus 5.
Plus 5. Plus 5. Plus 5.
Plus 5.
My whole body hurts. You laugh too much. I actually think I've had 6 strokes
Pull out
in
plus
10 minutes.
It's 22 plus 5 times 2.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Good Bit Podcast. We are here for another episode. Thank you very much for joining us wherever you are around the world, whether it be right here in Glasgow, whether it be somewhere else in the UK, whether it be in Zimbabwe. We're here for another episode, and we have been away for a little while, and we'll get to that in just a second. But let me introduce to you all my very, very esteemed and lovely panel we have for episode number 54. My name is Christopher John Moffat. I'm the face that runs the place here in the Good Bit Podcast. I ain't said that for a minute. And joining me today as well is Dia Beethoven. Nearly forgot your nickname because it's been so long, brother. Ewan Ferguson, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me back.
That's alright.
Lovely to be here as always at the Moffat Enterprises.
Yes, here at the Good Bit Studios. We are live, not live, but we're taped to be live. And we're here to talk about one of the biggest films, maybe of all time.
Yes.
Avengers Endgame. Also joining us today, ladies and gentlemen, is Leanne Little Lilo.
That's me.
That was.
Hello, how are we all doing? Welcome back to the Good Bit for the second time this year.
Second time of the year. As you know, it's been a while. We started the year hot, you know, with the top 10 of the year. And it was the three of us. It was myself, it was you and Leanne. We did this incredible episode that was on YouTube, had a live premiere. It was filmed with 3 different cameras. It was such a good time. One of the reasons why it was such a good time is because we were not joined by my fourth guest today. Ladies and gentlemen, Mason with no nicknames back.
Hello, thank you for remembering me this time. The second time around.
I was like joking, don't worry. It was a sad day that you weren't there. We're much happier that you're with us today. Okay. So anyway, that's what I was talking about. We were at the start of the year, and we were doing that episode. It was very good. I was very happy with it. We were ready to go. Maybe every week, every second week, and then we didn't do an episode for a while. Life happens, doesn't it? Life happens. So we just decided there, made a wee decision. We just went, let's take a wee untimely break. Let's just recharge the batteries because we've been going strong for about 2 years at that point. So let's just recharge the batteries, and now after a few months off, we're back in your ears, in your face, and on your screen for another episode of The Good Bit. So, gents and lady, how are we today? How are you doing? Welcome back to the show.
You can call me Gents, I'm alright.
Right, how you doing? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good today, yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
Enjoy your dinner?
Yes, I had a nice halloumi, sweet chilli wrap, and it was tasty.
Oh yeah.
Can't lie. There was a lot of halloumi in it. Usually they scrimp in spoons, but today they gave me the good stuff.
A little bit of halloumi. Very nice. Mason, how are you? What have you been up to?
I've not been up to much, as usual. That's the way it is.
That's just life.
There's never like...
That's the thing, man, with theatre, man.
I don't know what you're expecting me to say. There's not really much going on at all.
What about your movie watching world? You've always been a big watcher.
That's true.
Loves watching, hates listening.
Oh, really?
That's true.
Yeah.
I watched Unfriended, the new one. Well, not the new
You
one,
were talking
the
about
second one.
Tell us about Unfriended.
Seen
I
that.
don't even know. I can't remember the name. It's Dark Web or Deep Web.
Yeah. Dark Web.
Something like that.
Dark Web. Tell you about the movie.
Yeah, I mean, you were talking about it earlier on.
I didn't even finish it.
No.
No. If you've seen the first Unfriended, you really know what to expect. With the second Unfriended, it's exactly the same, except it's not a Skype ghost. It's a dark web ghost killing them.
Oh, wow. I haven't seen the first one, so I don't really know.
You're not missing much.
I hadn't seen the first one either, and I still knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it's just
awful.
It's classic actors
Yeah.
on Skype acting scared. The fucking ghost is killing us. Just turn the computer off. That's what I'd say.
Well, I'm hooked.
Yeah, yeah. It's on Netflix.
No, it was on Sky.
Oh, right, okay.
Well, I mean, it might be on Netflix.
Yeah,
I
maybe.
didn't care to check.
One of those kind of B movie horror films.
Well, it's what was Searching? Have you seen Searching?
Searching, yeah.
It's exactly the
Chris
same as
loved
Searching.
it. That was his number four.
Oh, Searching.
I was
I
gonna say
heard that was
four.
good though.
Searching was good, but it's the same format as it.
Oh,
so
like,
it's
yeah,
all
yeah.
on. It's all on the webcam. So,
Right, I see, yeah. I love that aspect of it, but I think Searching probably done it like really well, so I don't know if...
I mean, Unfriended does it fine. It's just that the plot's dog.
I see.
shit.
Right, okay, cool.
Yeah, the way they like. Yeah, it's just the writing that's bad. It's not actually like the style of it.
Seems
or
like a cool
anything.
idea
Like,
or
it's
whatever.
like a cool idea. Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah, cool. So maybe we'll check it out. Maybe we'll review it here on The Good Bit.
Oh, please don't.
Okay, fair enough. We got your vote. Ewan, what have you been up to?
Just been kind of working away, you know, and the takeaway.
Love a
Sing
takeaway.
it, get up.
Oh,
Walking away the takeaway.
working away in the takeaway.
Loving life. Watching many films. Or TV shows.
No, TV shows.
Yes. Maybe you'll tell me about this. You're on a wee kick.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
what have you been watching?
Please tell me because I need something new to watch.
I'm the same.
Well, I don't. You know, I never watched it when it came out. I always knew about it, but I just thought I don't want to. Like I always remember it being on Channel 5.
What was it?
Prison Break.
Oh,
I've watched I watched the first 2 seasons. Not that I didn't like it. It's just I'm really bad at watching a series for like a couple seasons and then just giving up and never picking it up
Yeah,
again.
I'm really bad at that too.
Well, that's the thing with those like
'Cause
that,
there's
that
so
kind of
many.
American TV show, and there's 22
Episodes per
40-minute
season, yeah.
episodes.
yeah.
It's like a lot to get through, but I've just been sitting bashing out like
Binging them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That-
still managing to watch some other things. I had been watching a few Marvel films.
Yeah.
In
Prep.
prep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Prison Break. That's that.
It's good that when you're kind of hooked on something though, it's like kind of
Yeah.
all you can think about. And it's one of those ones where I've not seen it, but I've heard for years that it's like one of those ones where as soon as one episode finishes, you need to get right back out in the second one.
Yeah.
So
It is.
that's something I'd always been interested in watching, but again, just when there's 22 episodes in 6 seasons or whatever, there's a
Yeah.
commitment in it. So
But see, when you start it, it doesn't feel like
Yeah.
that because you just. I'm on the 4th season now. I've only been doing it like a month or something.
right, okay.
Like you just get through them because you end
Yeah.
up watching 3 at a time.
I will get to it. I've always been like a film guy over a TV guy, just because I feel like once you've watched the film, not only can you say like you've enjoyed it, but you can say you've seen it.
Yeah.
Whereas
yeah.
like when you watch a TV show, you need to wait all this
Always
time
wait.
until you see it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my issue. But
I hate now because Netflix and things like that have ruined having to wait every week for an episode.
Yeah.
See, having to wait every week for an episode of Game of Thrones, it is killing me because I'm so used to just being like, next episode.
Yeah,
then it
yeah,
is.
totally.
yeah.
It's actually made it
Even
worse waiting because
Yeah.
Some Netflix shows
Oh yeah,
only
the,
update
yeah.
them weekly.
yeah, that's true.
Like
True.
The Good
true.
Place and stuff.
Yeah,
I've
and
watched
Netflix
Good
is
Place.
just going
Oh, so
mental
funny.
Day
right now.
Watch is
isn't
the
it?
good place.
It's really funny.
I've heard it's really good. I heard I'd like it.
You
as
didn't
well.
like it. You
I've seen
watched the first
bits of
episode.
it.
Didn't like it. Yeah, you said you didn't like the first episode.
That's the one about heaven, isn't it?
Yeah, Heaven, Hell, Good Place.
No. I watched that. I watched about 4 episodes.
Yeah,
something.
you said the
As soon
second
as one guy came in, I was
started speaking. Yeah,
Who was it?
the second the monk started
Yeah.
speaking.
Interesting.
I mean, I've seen.
It's so I guess so good though. Like he's actually really funny. Like I was the same as you when he came into it. I was like, but he's actually quite funny and
Yeah.
fucking sexy.
Wow. Well, the biggest one in TV land right now is obviously Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I'm still one of those few people who have never got on the Game of Thrones train. I know I will because it's too big and it's too popular and it's too widely received for me not to see it. But I'm just waiting for that right moment. It's just so hard to pick that right moment. But I just know the season that they're on right now is just revolutionary.
Right before it ends in 3 weeks
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
is the right moment to start watching.
Yeah, yeah. I'll not catch up by the
I
last
know, I
one.
was about
but-
to say.
Yeah, but I will get to it eventually. But without spoiling too much, how has the past few episodes been?
Good.
I know they've just been unreal.
Very good.
I-
They've been stunning visually. Story's been pretty good.
Yeah.
I've loved it. I know some people are annoyed because they think like the pacing of it's a bit like a lot of things are happening quickly.
Yeah,
But I'm like, do you know, that's fine. Keep it going.
and this is the last season.
Yeah, there's
officially,
only
yeah.
3 more episodes and then
Ever.
it's done.
There is only 3 more episodes.
I can't believe it. Shocking.
Yeah.
They might do some spin-off stuff. I
Uh,
reckon they will do some
do you think?
spin-off.
I don't
They
think they
have
will.
They
to,
have
the
to because
popularity.
money.
Yeah.
Popularity
I
and
thought
money.
they were doing a spin-off thing.
Are they?
They will. They
Because there
will.
was a casting for it, I'm sure.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I don't know what people are expecting, the ones that are not liking it. I think they're expecting way too much of it and having different expectations for what they can possibly achieve in 6 episodes for a final season.
Yeah.
Even though the episodes are an
Movie
hour and a
length,
half.
yeah.
2
I was going
hours
to say that's
long.
the difference now, isn't it? Like they've got this lesser episodes, but they're longer.
Yeah, because I mean, the last season, like the last 3 episodes, What's the suit? So sorry.
Next message.
The last season, like the last 3
I just realised what you said there. What just said?
No, it's
Kim Possible, yeah. I
Sorry.
just didn't get it when you first did it.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. The format of Game of Thrones has changed.
Yeah, people got really annoyed last season because there was like things happened because it's kind of gone from like it would take like 4 episodes from someone to get to one point to another,
Right.
but then it's like now people are getting from points in a full episode,
Right.
which so people are getting pissed off about that and they're like, oh, it's been too Hollywoodized and stuff like
I
that, which
see.
I understand and I see their points, but I'm also like, do you know what, piss
It's-
off, it's still good.
Yeah.
It's the way I see it. There's no point in complaining because the older format worked when you're like adapting a book,
Yeah,
but
they don't have the book now.
well, exactly they've gone past what George wrote, so they have to
Yeah,
make it more Hollywood. You can't.
yeah,
Work
because
against
it's,
it and
it's the only way
You
to
can
do it.
tell that the writing has. You can tell they've stopped taking from the book and they're doing their own
Because the
thing.
thing is as well is like, see, I've read I've read at least half of the first book, and when I started reading it, I was like watching the first season for like the 4th time again.
Yeah.
And they literally in the first season, I don't know if it carried on, but in the first season they have taken full conversations like straight out
Yeah.
of the book.
Wow.
Like I was like reading the book and I was like, I have seen this full scene happen like word for word on the screen.
Yeah.
So like they did take it straight
Yeah.
from the page. So it is a really good adaptation.
good.
So
That's why it
obviously
was.
now they're
Yeah.
not coming from the book anymore. So
Is
they
it
got
just one book?
no,
No,
there's
it's-
tons.
I thought there was 4.
No, there's way more than that. There's like 5 or 6,
Oh.
and there's more to come
Well,
out.
5 or 6 is not way more than 4. It's only.
Way more.
No, but also
Way
because
more.
essentially they're making like 6 films now this season
Yeah.
with the
yeah.
budget.
Well, hour and a
and-
half.
Yeah, well-
It's definitely got movie budget.
Yeah, an hour and a half is a movie.
Yeah. Well,
You know?
yeah.
So
Not
it's just-
Endgame. Not Endgame.
Not Endgame.
Endgame.
No.
Not
No,
Endgame.
yeah, you're right there. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into it because it just seems like it's taking over the world right now. And what an emotional month for fans of it, like for that plus Endgame and everything else that's happening this year.
Yes, they're making a Game of Thrones prequel.
Ah.
Nice.
Right,
Jinx.
Jinx, I know. That's interesting. I don't know if it's going to be one of those prequels that you kind of benefit from watching after Game of Thrones, or if someone actually
If you
watches
And
Watch
it
it
there's,
first.
there's
Watch
7
it,
books currently.
Right,
Naturally, they would make more of it just because of money and
Yeah,
popularity.
you think
It's why Walking Dead is somehow still alive.
Because they have the fear of the Walking Dead as well.
They have
Yeah.
Fear of the Walking
that
Dead,
was
and
so good.
they're doing it. Spoilers if you've not seen current Walking Dead. I don't know why you would continue watching it. I mean, they're doing.
Stop watching
You
it.
actually, I wouldn't say it if you actually haven't.
No, do you
No,
know,
you
I was
would-
thinking about going back and doing...
Well, they're
Somebody
doing the.
spoiled it for you,
Remember?
and he never went
And I
back.
never went back. Ross Brody.
Glenn.
Huh?
Glenn.
Yeah,
That's like
he
2 seasons
spoiled
ago.
Glenn's fake death.
Oh,
Oh,
that.
yeah. When he
Sorry.
got put, yeah.
And then... oh, that was the
No,
worst
because they're
month
doing-
of my life.
They're doing a series of Rick spin-off movies,
Oh, yes.
and that happens for. They've set it up in the show, but I wouldn't say because obviously you've not.
He's meant to be dead,
He's
but he might not
Well,
be.
it's Rick Grimes' last episode, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, we're never going to see Rick again." And they're like, "Surprise, surprise, we're doing Rick movies."
Yeah.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
what they mean was you're not seeing him in
Walking
the
Dead
series,
and TV, yeah.
I stopped watching it.
I
After
stopped
Rick's.
watching it.
That
There
actually
was no
was-
reason. I'm not saying it went lesser in quality. I just got bored. That
I
was
would
it.
say it went less on quality,
Oh,
so you don't
I
have
keep
to.
randomly like watching an episode, like picking it up and watching one episode, and then I'm like, that's enough. Every
Yeah.
couple months.
Yeah.
I want to enjoy Walking Dead, but it's just
It's the first TV series I ever watched from its like the date of it coming out.
inception
So I
to-
actually watched it like on its premiere
yeah.
That's
and
cool.
like carried it on, but then obviously haven't.
I feel like they don't know, like they're picking and choosing if they want to fully adapt the comic or
Yeah.
do their own thing, and
So I read
you
the
have to
comics
do
as
either
well.
or. And the comics are really good, but like the series is good in its own right, but sometimes they're just like pandering to the comic book fans with some stuff and it's pointless.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't want to change too much, but they need to still kind of refer to it a lot. And
Yeah, you haven't seen it, so this won't mean anything.
Yeah.
But with the whole Negan arc, I don't know if you stopped before that. That was very.
I watched Negan. Yeah, it's
It was
kinda-
its own like. It should have kept to its own series. They should have kept to their own guns, but it was way too much in the comics.
Right.
They sort of threw in that didn't really make any sense
okay.
because it was just out of context, and it was just for comic fans to be like, "Oh, that's cool."
Right, okay. Well, fair enough. I'm sure it'll get picked up again, and I'm sure the Rick movies will be a success.
Yeah.
In terms of the podcast and stuff, obviously we took a wee sort of untimely break there. But I have a lot of thinking to do in terms of what I want to do with the show, and I was just going to speak to you guys individually or whenever off mic. But I just thought let's do it while we're doing the show, and then maybe the listeners can chime in or whatever, and they can kind of give some ideas as well. I don't really have a set plan what I want to do with it. I always change my mind, right? So I just thought maybe some input from you guys would be good. There's 3 different directions I was thinking about going. Right, one could be right back to the original format where we go see like a new film in the cinema. We don't talk about it. We come back and we discuss. The first time we talk about it is on the podcast, which was fun and stuff. It's always a kind of good technique to go back to and stuff. We did it last year with Mamma Mia, and that sort of thing. And last Avengers, Infinity War. Or we can do what we've done before our break thing, which is kind of general topics like movies we've watched the most, or guilty pleasures, or Q&As and things like that are kind of general that anybody can listen to at any time. Or an idea I had was, why don't we go back and we all watch like a classic film or a film that's been out in the last few years or whatever. We all watch that film and we do an episode of The Good Bit as if we've all just seen that film
for the first time.
So it's it's like homework. Like, so for the next episode we're going to do Back to the Future, and then we all watch Back to the Future and come back to the podcast.
I've seen that movie
I know.
20 billion times.
Yeah.
I know that movie like the back of my hand.
Do you know that movie? My mum got me to watch it because she said it was Marty McFly. And I, in my head, thought it was a movie about
Of course.
McFly the band. And I was like, hell yeah, I'll watch this. Because I thought maybe they're in it at some point. So we're watching it. Obviously loved it anyway. And I was like, what the fuck am McFly?
Maybe they're in it at some point.
At what point did you realise, hold on, this is
I
not...
did. Well, see, when they were going to the prom, I thought, maybe they're going to play here.
The band, you're like, they're all...
I was like, that is not... Where is Danny, Tom, Dougie and Harry? Where are they? And I'm like, this is not great quality, the screen here. Like, it's not good for 2002.
Yeah.
I think we should do all 3.
Yeah, all of the above.
Nice, I like
Just mix
thinking.
it up every now and...
Just do what you're feeling.
All 3
Do what
Back
you're
to the
feeling at the
Futures.
if you want.
I thought you meant.
Episode 74, Back to the Future 3. Yeah. I
1,
don't
2
know.
and 3.
I watched all the Back to the Futures on a bus from Alton Towers.
Ouch.
Was the bus playing it, or did you just...
The bus was playing it.
Oh, right.
Well, all 3 of them went one after the other. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
I've never done that. Like with any film. Never done one.
Well, we watched
ever
like
done a
one
marathon?
on the way there and then two on the way there and one on the way back. I can't remember.
Oh, you should
No.
do marathons.
I
They're
probably
fun.
have, but like, not
I did.
anything.
Me and my friend Hannah, when we were in high school, we did Lord of the Rings Hobbit marathon.
Oh,
That's
was
a
it the
commitment as
extended?
well, isn't it?
It wasn't because we didn't have them. We didn't have them on DVD, so we couldn't do it.
Well, I can lend you the extended for the Lord of the Rings next time you do it.
Well, I did that 3 years ago, and I've not done it since.
Well,
I say 3. In
now's
fact, it was
the
like
time.
5 years ago.
Yeah, but they're on
That's
Netflix
school.
now, aren't they?
Yeah, but is it the extended on
No,
Netflix?
it's not the
No.
extended on Netflix.
And I've
Which
done
is-
a Harry Potter marathon more times than I could care to say.
Yeah. It's just because it's such a commitment to do a marathon. Like, I feel like if I start one, I won't finish it.
Open Cinema, they did a Lord of the Rings marathon once for charity, and it was amazing.
Yeah,
and
they
it was
do that.
extended edition
Yeah.
as well.
You must
was
have been
long.
there for 5
Yeah, but
days.
they also did it as well. It was like they had a half-hour break between each movie, and they had 15 minutes halfway through each movie because they were so long, so people
Yeah.
could go pee and stuff.
I
And
would
they only locked us in after a certain point, so you could like run out to the like the chippy or the kebab shop and run back in. But they did like sausage rolls and stuff in the morning. It
Yeah.
was good.
Nice.
When you marathon movies, do you do like, you finish a movie and then next one in?
Yeah, usually.
I wait a day. Like, I watch one like
One. I've done that before.
well every
Well, I do that as well. Yeah, but
every year I marathon every Rocky. But like a Rocky a night,
a night.
and then Creed as well,
That's good.
because I count Creed as Rocky.
The last one I did of that was the Rush Hour films.
Oh yes.
But I got the Blu-ray, so I had like the audio commentaries from the director as well. So it took me 6 nights. So the first night I watched Rush Hour 1, then the night after I watched Rush Hour 1 with the commentary.
Right.
Next night 2, and then so on. That was good. I would do that again.
Yeah.
Last marathon I did was The Little Mermaid.
So 2 movies.
Nice.
Last marathon I did was Lord of the Rings, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was not happy about that because we sat one day and we were like, we'll do it. We'll watch them all together. It was me, you, Jack, and Lucy. We were like, yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it.
Jack Gordon.
Yeah, and then I find out that the bastards did it without me.
Oh dear.
You
Yeah,
invited,
Return of the King is long.
Yeah, but good. But
you
yeah,
invited Jack and not me.
I didn't
think you
invite
invited
it.
anybody.
I
I was
planned
sitting
it.
watching Lord of the Rings.
I think he was
Everybody
just
just
there.
came.
Why would Jack?
I don't know, man.
I'll
he's
still
a
love you,
funny
Jack,
fella.
if you're listening.
Mason,
I just don't
me and
expect.
you will do it.
We'll do it ourselves.
Oh,
And maybe
fuck
bring Chris.
you.
I'll do
I said
it.
maybe we'll
No,
bring
you
Chris.
you lost your
Oh,
chance.
I didn't not invite you.
We had
invite the other
discussed
people.
it.
Do you know what's funny? Return of the King is longer, but the Two Towers feels double its length.
And Two Towers is the one I've
yeah,
watched
Two
the
Towers.
most.
Just because of
Feels
Helm's
all-
Deep.
And
Battle
that's-
of Helm's
yeah.
Deep is at least 4 movie lengths. It feels like that anyway.
Yeah.
If you ask me what was longer, in fact, Two Towers actually might be longer than
I tell you
Endgame.
what was longer. Endgame.
Well, how long is Two Towers? Maybe
Two
longer.
Towers is the
that's
That might be longer than Endgame.
It is. But we were trying. Anyway, do you know what's a long movie? Endgame.
And speaking of Endgame, what a lovely smooth segue. I spat everywhere there. Another
Segue.
smooth
What
segue.
a lovely smooth
well.
segue.
I'm gonna do that marathon.
A whole event, a whole Marvel.
22 minutes.
Not in one day.
That's
obviously. I would do
3,000
that.
minutes,
I'm gonna
everybody.
try. I don't know whether or not to
You have to
watch
wait.
them
Did you know that
like
that's
because
3,000 minutes?
You have to wait because they're bringing out
Did you know?
Infinity Saga box set.
Yeah, they are.
are they?
Every single movie.
That'll be expensive.
80
That'll be expensive.
Very
I
expensive.
didn't know
That'll
whether to
cost
do
a
it
lot of
like.
money.
I feel like it's good to. It would be good to do it the way they came out
Yeah, that's. I think I would do
because
that.
that's the way it is with all the like cameos and stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like,
There's
that's how you
also-
learn it.
There's also another way to do it, which I found online. That my dad made me make a list for him and like where to watch it. And there's another one you can do it, so it's like all the end credit scenes linked to the next one,
Right. Okay. Yeah.
which is
good.
it's like pretty much in order until like Guardians, and it kind of like mixes up a bit, and then it's kind of in order again.
Yeah.
But it's just so then all of that links.
That's
Yeah.
Captain Marvel, and then it's
I can show you.
Ragnarok, isn't
I've
it?
got the list. I
It's
think.
as you says though, like
No, it's not. It's
No,
not
no,
the end
no.
of Captain Marvel post credit scene is a scene from Endgame.
Endgame, yeah.
Yeah.
Bonkers, bonkers. Because you're watching that
It's not
thinking.
even a scene from Endgame. It's just.
It's supposed to be at that time, but you're sitting watching Captain Marvel going, huh? Because like obviously you've not seen anything from Endgame at that time. That's the first thing you see. So
It's as you says though, like the Marvel movies are very self-aware in how they're made, so the chronological order's not like
the way it's brought out,
not
is,
adjacent to how the movies are brought out, but they're brought out in a certain way where cameos are introduced
that is good.
introduce the characters in their own way. So I still think you'd watch it in the release order rather than the chronological
The
order,
release order,
because
yeah.
it's self-aware. Like it
That-
knows
that's
what
I
it knows
mean,
what
yeah,
it's
yeah,
doing.
yeah.
yeah,
That's what I mean. Yeah, because if you watched it in order, there'd be characters that appear, and it's like, oh, that's a cameo, but you wouldn't know because that's the first time you're seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Like if you start with First Avenger, then go into whatever's next. It's like you might be seeing folk in First Avenger that might have been spoke about in like Iron Man 2 or
That's-
something. Yeah, I
that's
get you.
the order.
There you go.
if you're
Nice.
doing it in actual order, you
Put it in
need
the
to watch
chat.
Ed Norton's Hulk first.
I know, and I was about
Yeah.
to say that's nobody wants to.
I like it. Just because it's like I've
Also,
seen it
both
when
the
I
Hulks
was.
have been put on Netflix.
Yeah.
The
Nice.
one
Yeah.
from the early 2000s
2003,
and the
yeah.
one
The really
from
boring
Edward
one.
Norton.
Can I ask
love
a
them
question?
both.
I'm asking this question because I feel like I should know this and I just don't. When was the switch made with Mark Ruffalo?
It was after.
What
Avengers.
It was
Avengers
Avengers Assemble.
Avengers,
Right,
Assemble,
okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Because I remember, because obviously he's always been Hulk to me.
Well, it
Yeah.
happened. It happened a wee while before. Like it was obviously announced a wee while before.
Yeah.
But it was something because Edward Norton was trying to like change the script or something in the Incredible Hulk film.
I see.
Something like that. I think.
I don't know. I don't know.
Before Mark, the Hulk never had a consistent actor
Yeah.
apart from like
Yeah. No, Mark Ruffalo
old
was the
TV
first
shows.
Hulk I ever saw, and I was like, that's the Hulk.
And
Like,
he's so good as well.
Yeah.
Mark Ruffalo plays it so perfectly. So I
It's-
don't know.
I think
I didn't like it in the Endgame though.
Oh, you didn't like him?
No, not that I didn't like him, but
I loved
it was
it.
the joke was too long for me. Like
With the thing.
it was just
The
it was
thing,
when he
the Fantastic
first.
Four.
Can we? Are we saying? Is it
Yeah,
like
you go for it. Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously how he's got the brawn of Hulk. He looks
The
like
Professor.
Hulk, but
Yeah.
he's smart.
he's
He's
Bruce,
still
yeah.
Bruce. It's Bruce's face on Hulk. But it was just like when they first meet him like that, and he's like in the diner, and he's like, "Hey,
He's
be
taking
good to your
pictures.
mom," and all that. And I was like, "That is not the Bruce we know." But then obviously
Yeah.
it's because he's like.
He's got all this
He's got-
confidence
yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
But I still was like, I don't know. I
So
just
no,
didn't
yeah,
enjoy
I
it
know.
as much.
It's 5 years later as well,
5
so we
years
don't know
later, so-
Yeah, what's happened in between.
5
Yeah.
years.
Lots of self growth.
It's
Like-
based on
The
a
comic,
ca-
yeah.
the comics.
It's
Yeah.
a
It's
comic.
called The Professor or
Easter egg.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's for comic fans to be
I
like,
don't know. I did
oh,
like.
yeah.
I mean, it was like later on. Obviously, it was fine, but it was just that first time
Yeah.
we saw
Yeah.
him. Like me and Claudia, because first time I saw it was with Claudia, and both of us literally looked at each other like, "Oh, what
Yeah.
I was 2 rows
that?"
behind you.
Yeah,
It's
It was
it's
weird.
it takes a while for your eyes
Yeah.
to adjust. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's a bit unsettling, but I thought it was really funny.
Yeah.
I know, like later on, I
Yeah.
did appreciate it, but just at first I was like,
See, having that version of the Hulk next to the version of Thor in Endgame, I'm just going, what is this? What are we watching?
They really.
From like
It's like they found out in Thor 3 that Chris Hemsworth is hilarious.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that's when they found out, like, hey, you're actually pretty funny, Chris. We're just gonna do.
Right, loads of funny
Every
lines for
line's
you.
gonna be a joke. That's fine with me, mate.
the thing was with Thor like this. I did appreciate that they didn't do like a magic like suddenly he's hot again. Like he did
Yeah.
stay
Stay
I mean,
alive.
he was
stay
hot.
fat. What?
He was hot.
At the
Well, yeah,
start
so
of
it's-
Endgame, when he's raging and he's sitting there with that mad hoodie on, he's got this sort of darker beard and stuff. You're just
Yeah.
like, hell yeah, brother, hell yeah, Thor.
Yeah.
I liked
Thank you,
that most of the because I hate with trailers now when they show you everything before the film comes out. But I liked that most of the stuff in the trailer for
Was in the
Endgame
first-
was in the first half
20
hour.
20 minutes,
they said-
yeah.
minutes,
They,
yeah.
they
And then
did
that-
say that
yeah.
as well.
I know, but like still like
No, it's
You don't
good.
know that at the time,
But-
do you?
because literally from half an hour in, my jaw hit the floor. I was like, wait, what?
We're
Yeah.
doing this, yeah.
Because that's ultimately
know
the
that's
twist.
what-
The
That's why I
fact it's a
don't
time
watch
jump.
trailers anymore. I think trailers are
Yeah.
No, but that's
they show
because
you way too
it
much
pissed me
nowadays.
off. Like I think was it you I was talking about this with? Like it pissed me off so much in the trailer the fact that you knew Ant-Man got out of the quantum realm.
Yeah.
So that pissed me off. And what pisses me off even more is that Spider-Man, all of the stuff and
Yeah.
everything for Far Away from Home come out. So then you know that he's because they said that was
Yeah,
after
they did
Endgame.
make a
And
dummy
it
That
just
was their
pissed-
fault.
But it just pissed me off so much because I was like, oh, I mean, we know that
It's
it's
probably
likely that everyone's gonna be fine. Well, most people are gonna be fine.
Yeah.
But it was the fact that they like confirmed Spider-Man is alive
I don't know
and
why they
well
did that.
after it because he clearly was not alive and well after at the end of Infinity Wars.
Yeah.
So it just pissed me off so much. I was like, why would you do that?
But
Because now you know.
That was a mistake with the PR
Because-
or something. Cause
Yeah, it was just so
But
stupid.
the trailer doesn't.
That was like as if Tom Holland had like made the mistake himself to announce it, but she didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause-
Nick Fury's in it as well.
Was
Yeah.
he? Oh
In
yeah,
the
yeah,
trailer.
yeah. So
Far
he
from
is.
home.
Yeah, in the trailer.
But
So
like,
yeah.
if you watch the trailer,
Yeah,
that could be
yes.
before. That could be before.
Yeah,
Infinity
I
War.
But they
know,
said
I
it-
know.
but
It's,
they
it's
said
just when
it
they
was
said it's after Infinity War. Everyone's
yeah.
like, well, why?
After
Yeah.
Why would
Endgame.
you say that?
Why
Yeah,
would
they
you?
said it starts like literally. It literally starts just after Endgame ends.
I also feel like though that they might have had to just bring out the trailer because there was photos of like Tom Holland in costume like shooting in New York like
Yeah.
had come out a
Yeah,
while
but-
before.
No, I did. No, I get.
The
Like,
trailer's
I get.
not the problem. It's them.
It's just the fact that
blabbering.
you know it's happening.
But then after Spider-Man
I know.
Homecoming, like surely the end thing you see is like Aunt May freaking out the fact that she finds out that he's Spider-Man, and then you should assume that there's going to be another one. Do you know what I mean? Just based on that
They
alone.
never really did anything with that.
I mean,
Yeah.
she was in an Endgame.
Yeah, just the last.
No,
part.
no, but
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to Far From Home. I'm sure it'll be good.
No,
and
no,
stuff.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
No, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I do love me a little bit of Tom Holland as Spider-Man.
who is it that's the baddie again?
Jake
Jake
Gyllenhaal.
Jake
Gyllenhaal.
Oh,
Oh, what a man, Jake G. Whew.
it's gonna be so good.
He can play anything. I'm convinced he can
Absolutely.
play anything. Have you seen Jarhead?
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a while
I mean, it's
ago.
basically a Full Metal Jacket, but it's
Yeah. He's
Saw,
good.
saw a film with him last year called Wildlife that nobody saw.
he's in a Netflix one as well.
And it's about it's literally the new Jake Gyllenhaal film Wildlife, and it's about him and his family. And Jake Gyllenhaal goes off to work in like the forest and cutting down trees and ruining the environment. So he's away doing that. So you never see him. You just see the problems at home because dad's away, sort of thing.
I loved him in Demolition. That
Oh,
was so
such
good.
a good film.
That was amazing.
You talking about Velvet Buzzsaw?
Mm-hmm.
Is that new?
That
Is that the one about the
It's
art?
a Netflix
Yeah.
original.
The
The
scary.
art's
It's kind
killing them.
of strange. Yeah.
Erin watched it, and I think she said,
It's alright.
yeah, she thinks she said it was alright, but it was Jake Gyllenhaal, so she fucking loved it.
Yeah, he's
Because
really
he's like one of
funny
her
in it.
like number ones.
Good taste.
He is. Oh, Jake G.
He's great.
He's good in it. He's really funny.
I've said on the show before, like he's like my favourite current actor.
Really?
Jake Gyllenhaal, just because like
I do like him.
no
yes,
matter
yes.
what comes out, if he's in like Wildlife, like there's nothing about it, no trailer, nothing. The
Yeah.
poster was him and his wife sitting looking at each other, and I was like, fucking Jake Gyllenhaal, I need to go see it. So yeah, anyway, sorry, kind of.
Yeah, I think this will be a weird one to see. A weird villain in Far
Yeah.
From Home.
Yeah.
It's
Mysterio.
Mysterio. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Mysterio.
Like
Who's that jumping?
Spider-Man
such
always
a
has.
strange one from the comics to
Spider-Man
use,
always
I
has
know.
the best villains. I think Spider-Man has the best villains.
Yeah.
Talking from the comics.
Even
and
back
Marvel.
in the Thingy films, Tobey Maguire films.
Yeah, but I'm talking
Yeah.
from the comics.
Yeah.
Doc Ock. Even Electro's good. I know that movie is the worst, and Electro and it's the worst, but He's more interesting than most other Marvel
Yeah.
villains.
Green Goblin, classic.
Yeah.
Green Goblin, Hobgoblin.
I've not seen
Wizard.
I've not seen the Tobey Maguire films in ages, right? And I don't want to go back and watch them just because in my head right now
Tom
Spider-Man is Spider-Man and Tom Holland is Peter Parker. Do you know what I mean?
People want Tobey Maguire
Yeah.
and Homecoming.
Far
Not
from
Homecoming, Far From Home.
We cameo.
I still haven't seen Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh,
Still haven't seen that yet.
You need to see it.
Because
So
Unreal.
good.
I've missed it in cinema.
it's
So
absolutely
it's out on
unreal.
DVD like this week.
Okay, I'll wait for
It's
this guy.
honestly unreal. One of the best ones I've
So
ever
good.
seen.
So funny.
Because you go in thinking it's just a daft animated film and it pure like moves you.
Yeah.
You came out and you're like, oh my god. It was
And
so
honestly,
good.
just the animation is incredible. I was watching like a little like 5-minute documentary on it about like how they do it, and it's just so cool. So it's like
One
each-
frame.
Yeah,
I know what
yeah,
you're
you know,
talking
it's like
about.
it's-
they slightly jar it,
so it's like two frames per sec. It's like the way they
Right.
do it is like the way animation always goes. It's either like 1 or 2 frames per second or something like that.
Something like that.
But they swapped it around to like see when he's like learning to be Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It's like there's either one less or one extra frame, so it's like really jarring.
Wow.
But then like later on when he's
More
got it,
flow
it's like
and-
the way the animation normally is, so it like flows
Yeah.
the way
Watch it again.
the way it actually does. So it's more like, and they also like make it more like an actual comic book. So it's
Yeah.
like you're turning
It's
page to page.
Sony, isn't it? Sony
Yeah,
did it.
yeah.
Well, I think that's the only good thing that came from the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Was like remember the effects in that in Amazing Spider-Man 2. It looked like a comic book. That's
Yeah.
probably where they got the practice in and the idea for.
I
Into the
don't remember
Spider-Verse.
anything from the Amazing Spider-Man 2, but I
Yes.
remember right after Amazing Spider-Man, the first Andrew Garfield one, thinking that was great, like a pure love.
I liked it. I enjoyed it.
The
I
Amazing
saw,
Spider-Man one's fine. Like, I quite like it, but just nothing came of it. The second one.
I never
Yeah,
saw
I
it.
don't
I
know
get
what
it.
They were
It's-
trying to hype it up, and
It's sequel bait.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's-
yeah, yeah.
Oh, he's sort of beat Electro this time, and then we've got the gang of baddies in the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was a good film, but it just came out so soon after. Like it was like 5 years it came out
Yeah.
after the end of Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
And there was meant to be a fourth Tobey Maguire one, but that got changed
after the
into
third
the,
one.
reboot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. After that walking down the street.
It's ridiculous. I saw that in Spider-Verse.
That's
Yeah,
a good-
it's so
Yeah,
funny.
I
absolutely.
love the fact they did that, yeah.
Yeah. It was like, and this happened, we don't talk about it.
And even just things like that, like wee references to past film and stuff, I love all that. Pure hooks me.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get back to the topic of conversation for this
Well,
episode.
speaking of references to past films, affiliate.
It basically was Endgame, which is a
yeah,
reference.
it was just
so
Affiliate.
So
was-
much fan service.
It was pure fan service.
In
Well,
the best
I loved
possible
it.
way.
Not what you were talking about before with The Walking Dead when they're just doing it for the fans, like just
Oh no,
putting
they
it in
were
with
referencing their own
this,
stuff.
They did it
with,
like
with context.
yeah.
That elevator scene was one of the most
Oh,
genius
so
things
funny.
I've
Oh,
ever
yeah.
seen.
Brilliant. All I'll say is I don't want to. I always like to kind of kick things off by saying, "What did you think?" But I think we all were kind of agreement here. How,
2 out of 10.
yeah, yeah, at best.
Fucking shite.
most.
Yeah, I remember watching the trailer thinking I might go see it, I might not. I don't know. I think this is, without sounding like a film critic being like a wanker or anything, I think this is an achievement in cinematic fucking history. The fact that they're able to, I'm sure back in 2008 when Iron Man came out, they went like, see in 2019 we're going to release this film, Endgame, it's going to this, it's going to do this, it's going to do this, well, this reference, and the structure through all the films has just been building, and I just hope people understand how special this sort of time is for Marvel and for film fans and cinema goers and that sort of thing. It's just been an unbelievable experience going to see this film twice. I saw it twice. That first cinema experience watching them with the fans and like hearing those reactions, it's addicting.
Can I say though,
Yeah.
some people need to get a fucking grip.
Absolutely.
Literally, I'm into. I like it and I enjoy it and it's good. And people being like, oh, and all that, like
Yeah.
that's good. But see, at the very beginning when it was Hawkeye and it was quite obvious that his family was about to turn to dust, which was a horrible moment and it was sad and people did gasp. But there was this guy sitting behind me and Claudia, like outright was like, oh shit, oh. And Claudia's like, I swear to fuck if he does this throughout the whole film. And then the guy sitting next to me, you know what? Like clapping at the end of a movie, fine, do it at the end of the movie. But this man, it was like any time something slightly fan servicey, so every 5 seconds,
Yeah.
happened, he was like, like that. And then at the end where one of the finest men dies, he actually doubled over in pain. The guy sitting next to me like doubled over and started sobbing like so hard, and the woman who was there with him was looking at him like, oh fuck, I have to take that home.
Yeah. Listen, I understand.
Which I get, like, I know this is like people's like ride or die, like Marvel, is it? But I was like, honestly, shut the fuck up.
Listen, I know it can probably be annoying and stuff like that, but I just love the passion that it brings out in people.
But that's too much. But going like
That's true.
like that, I was like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, fair enough. But let's talk about the happy of the film, because the film was really good.
Yes, it was so good.
No,
It is. Not good.
It's like you're saying, whether you like superhero movies or you hate superhero movies, the entire MCU is way beyond that. You can't name anything in the history of cinema since its conception that is anything near the level of 22 movies
that are so well synced.
That are all well synced, that all build up. Sorry, carry on.
No, Leanne said it. Oh. Like, that are so well synced and that are so. I can't think of any series as big.
Yeah. It's like, how can
currently
you get...
or back in the past as the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
One film, Endgame, has references to 22 other films that not only it's just like one wee quick hint to this other film, literally makes the film 22 others. It's just unbelievable. Yeah. It's ridiculous. I just reading all these things on Twitter and things like that about people saying, I hope people remember this moment, like the same moment they felt when they first saw the dinosaur in Jurassic Park for the first time, or the first time they saw the DeLorean go back in time and all that stuff. Like these real cinema moments that we talk about for years and for history or whatever. I hope it's the same thing with this, because it's just revolutionary and it changes everything.
I've been waiting since 2007, 2008.
Yeah.
Well, Hulk was 2007.
No, it was 2008.
Is it?
Yeah, that was 2008.
Oh wait,
I think they came out similar times.
Yeah, Iron Man and Hulk were 2008.
Well, that's when I knew. That's when I first realised, because they both had an end credits scene.
Yeah.
And the Hulk end credit scene was Iron Man, and then the Iron Man end credit scene was Nick Fury.
Yeah.
And I was like, they're gonna do Avengers. And then when it got to Avengers, the end credit scene was Thanos, and I was like, he's coming.
Yeah.
Do you remember watching Avengers for the first time in the cinema?
Yeah.
But at that time, we're sitting thinking this is the best moment ever.
That's the biggest thing they're ever gonna do.
And nothing will ever get bigger than this.
Hulk fucking jumping between those buildings in the first Avengers, I was like,
yeah.
It was the moment in Endgame where they fucking go to that moment where they,
so
do the
funny.
circle. Everyone was like,
So
like when they just turn round, because that bit, I remember seeing that bit in the cinema and being like, wow, look at these guys.
Yeah.
Fuck, they're kind of cool.
I love like time travel in films and referencing back to old things.
Which
and
is
stuff,
not what you
right?
thought Endgame was going to be.
Not
That's
at
why
all.
it was so good.
And I'm just thinking, like, at the first part of time travel you see in the whole thing, essentially, when they start their mission, is that scene in Avengers. Like, the biggest moment of that franchise, essentially, the first time they're all together, is the first thing you see the first thing they go back to. Brilliant. I love that. And then, like, Hulk is, like, destroying stuff, and, like, current Hulk is, like, all embarrassed and stuff. Brilliant. So, again, I don't know where to begin. I don't know how to...
Captain America fighting himself.
Brilliant.
When he's just like, yeah, I know.
So funny. So funny.
I don't think you can even fully put into words what the MCU is in a 4-hour-long podcast.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
need to sit and discuss it. So much so that other things have tried to copy it and failed dramatically. Just the film on their arse.
I feel like all you can do to talk about the film on the podcast is like just talk about your
how you enjoyed it.
favourite
experience.
bits.
Yeah.
It definitely is. People saying it's a perfect movie. It's the best movie ever made.
Listen,
it's not. It's a perfect Marvel movie.
Absolutely.
It's the perfect superhero Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I think that's all you should. I think people saying it's a good superhero movie.
You are
who
not
cares?
going to get a film like that without some form of plot hole or some form of...
But who cares?
injustice.
It's like, who cares?
Exactly. Who cares?
There's a goof.
Go for it.
I think I know what it is.
I pointed it out to you, but so the final battle, it's once everyone's arrived, everyone's sitting going, oh fuck yeah, it's happening, and then Ant-Man and the Wasp, they go to the van to get the machine up and running, and then T'Challa's got the gauntlet and he's running along. So Scott is, like, Ant-Man is in the van, he's inside the van, you know he's inside the van. T'Challa's running along, there's a fucking giant Ant-Man in the background.
I didn't even notice.
Literally there's a giant Ant-Man like pulling down one of those like big sky worms, and it literally the first time I saw it I was like excuse me, and I said it to Claudia, and Claudia was like, yeah, shut the fuck up, Leanne, like,
Yeah.
this is happening.
Yeah.
And then when I saw it the second time, I was like making sure I kept my eyes
Yeah.
peeled, like, is it real? And it is real, so I'm
Do you
very
know what else
big
I
goof.
seen? It wasn't a goof, but it was just, I remembered that bit when they're all coming through the portal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the
Whereas
Doctor Strange portals.
I haven't, obviously I haven't seen it again to check, but I was reading something and it said like at the corner, like quite far away, one of the characters that's coming through is Howard the Duck.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I never noticed that.
Oh.
Yeah, who's in, like, he's in a couple of the end credits.
He's
Maybe
in
in a couple.
Guardians.
Yeah,
Guardians ones.
he's in
Yeah.
with the collector or something.
Yeah, yeah,
I love
yeah.
the duck.
Howard the Duck, because they made that awful film ages ago.
Did it just recently come out on Blu-ray or something? I saw it in HMV today and I was thinking, what's
It's more of
that?
a joke.
Yeah, okay.
He is a joke.
Yeah, it's just like a wee bit, like
Yeah.
a wee thing.
Well, I noticed something else as well. I only thought about it there. You know how Scott Lang. That's
Scott
his
Lang.
name. Scott Lang goes to the quantum verse and he's stuck there, and 5 years have passed for him. No, 5 years have passed for
In
them.
real
And
life,
it's
but it was
5
5 hours for him.
5 hours for him. But when Mrs. Pym is in the quantum verse,
She grows
aged.
old.
yeah, she is her time's the same as them in that Man and the Wasp.
Oh, yeah.
That's true. Yeah, but we were talking about that recently, Ewan, weren't we, when we went for Nando's, how much
You
we
know,
love
like
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
because like if time works differently, and it's only 5 minutes for him, but she's aged along
I
with them.
suppose. Yeah.
Yeah,
She's at aged the exact same.
you didn't
amount
get
as-
everything,
Yes.
Marvel. I'm just saying, you didn't get everything.
That's a good one, actually.
Also, another one that
I'm-
people
right.
were wondering was at the end when Peter goes back to school, and is it Isaac? Is that his name? Isaac?
Ned.
Ned? Is the
His
actor?
pal.
The actor's called Isaac, isn't he?
I don't
Aye, and he's
know.
the same age as
Yeah,
him.
yeah,
Yeah.
and he's the same age, but the way he reacts as if he's not seen him for 5 years.
Yeah,
So people were
I
like,
noticed
"Wait,
that.
so he should he not be 5 years older?"
Maybe
and
you
also,
should have heard what's happening.
is it just convenient that all of Peter's school pals disappeared in the
yeah.
dust?
Maybe he did die.
We don't know though.
No, I mean we don't know yet. But Claudia was talking about it, and she was like, "I think that potentially could be a big plot hole."
It could be. Look,
Potentially.
He could have just learned about what happened.
Yeah,
and they all died.
I
and
know,
he's
I
like,
know.
shit,
It was
we're
just that
alive.
way. It was like people were like, that reaction was the reaction of you've not seen your pal for 5 years.
Let's watch it on the news.
Never know.
See what's
Yeah.
been happening. Okay, so let's go, Mason. Tell me about your experience when you were there. How did it go? What did you think initially? How are you feeling now?
Well, I've only seen it once.
Yeah,
So my
sorry.
initial, my initial thoughts and my only thoughts.
Sorry, shoot me. Sorry.
I thoroughly enjoyed it, despite finishing at 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Well, that just shows you how much I did enjoy it.
Mm.
I don't know what else to say. Like, I think it's safe to say every single person who was there enjoyed it. Because if you're gonna see the midnight showing of Endgame and you're not a fan, what are you doing there?
Yeah.
I went with. Oh fuck! I went with a lot of people because you came up and saw me
Yeah.
in the aisle, and like we basically had those
That
entire.
that whole row.
No, the row behind us as well was
Oh,
us
shut
as
up,
well.
really?
We were with, yeah.
Jeez Louise.
We did that with first movie we did that was with the Doctor Who anniversary
Ah.
Oh, sweet.
when that was in cinema, and then we done Infinity War, and then we thought we'll do it again for Endgame,
That's cute.
and then we all saw it and we all enjoyed it.
Good. That's
I enjoyed
nice.
my hot dog.
Nice.
as well.
Good. The hot dogs out of cinema, they're lovely.
They're very lovely.
Yeah, very
I had a
lovely.
pick and mix as well. When every time I get the pick and mix, I'm like
Yeah.
I don't know why I bother because I don't like the sweets, and it was the exact same.
Yeah.
I didn't like them.
Leanne,
So
you,
sorry.
you were at the midnight one as well.
I was at the same one as Young
Yes.
in here. Yes, I went with Claudia. We fucking loved it. It was
Just had a
brilliant.
ball.
Oh, it was great. It was so good. It just, yeah. Like, I mean, I know it sounded like I was really complaining about the people around me, but that was like a really minor thing.
No,
in
of course,
comparison.
yeah, it's such a grand.
Because it was so good. But like Mason said, like ending at that time in the morning, and there was also there was no way for us to get a taxi, so Claudia and I had to walk home to mine. So didn't get to bed until about 5 in.
Lovely.
So it was a
I
long
was
day the
lucky
next
enough to
day.
get a lift.
Yeah, no, we didn't have that.
Yeah.
But no, it was good.
But then the second time you saw it, you took along
I took young Ewan
young
here.
Ewan.
Me.
Yes, I got him in for free.
Was it the first time you saw it?
That was the first time I saw it. Yeah.
So you got to see it for free?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blowing me.
Nice.
Yeah, I did. Thanks, Leanne.
You're welcome.
Or actually, thanks to you, Erin. Well, what was I going to say?
We went with Lucy.
Yes, we went with Lucy. Me and Leanne went for a wee pizza before.
Oh, that's
yeah.
lovely.
And
Pizza
then I
pub?
was feeling sick, so I went for a nap. And then got up, feeling spruced up after my nap. And
We got to
And then I was
cinema.
wrecked again afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing, the cinema was roasting in the
Oh,
midnight
I
showing.
was-
Oh my god.
I was angry. I was so very angry.
Fucking
Yeah.
hell.
Did you do the double bill with Infinity War first?
No, me and
No.
Claudia
Oh,
tried
they
to book
died.
it, but it was fully booked when
Right.
we tried to. No, I was really angry because they did not have a working ice blast machine at the midnight screening of Endgame. So I was furious.
Who's having an ice blast at midnight?
Me, because it's what I needed.
No, I
Anyway,
do
so
know.
we went in and we sat down, and obviously it was fucking sweltering,
Yeah.
and I was
It
like,
was
I need
roasting,
something
man.
cold, so I had to go spend £4 on ice cream,
Oh my god.
Baskin Robbins, but that kept me cool. That kept me cool.
Honestly, it must have been like
I had too much information, but the worst underboob sweat I've ever had in my life.
Really?
25 degrees. It must have been like 25 degrees in that
Really?
cinema.
In the cinema?
Must have been.
It was so hot.
It was
and
warm.
Then, because everyone was getting so hyped as well.
Yeah, of course. I think that's what makes it like so warm because everybody's so like grabbing out of their seats and stuff.
Yeah.
I went the Friday, so it's like a day and a half after it was released, and it was roasted in that one. And then I went again last night, and it was freezing in the cinema. Like they must have known. Let's put the fans on. It was freezing.
Fans on for the fans.
So I saw it twice. I saw it. As I said, a couple of days after it first came out. And fan service, yeah, that was a good one. Again, it's weird with me. I've always say this. I mean, when I watch a film, especially a film that big with so much to digest, I prefer seeing it the second time.
Yeah, same.
Just because you kind of going in with a preconceived notion, don't you?
I can't wait for my. I kind of want to go now, but I won't.
I'm seeing it
Right.
the
No.
following Saturday. I'm seeing it the following Saturday.
Next
not,
Saturday.
Not this Saturday.
I'm gonna go again at some point.
It does change little things. I still enjoyed it. I'd say I enjoyed it the same amount. I kind of cried a bit the second time.
Yeah.
Didn't really cry the first time.
I cried
That will
both
see. I
times.
didn't cry the first time, but I think if I go again, I will.
But you know, but I cried at the
I've got
most.
time to process
Peter
what.
and
The
Iron
bit-
Man.
No,
Castle?
the bit I cried at the moment where they all come back
Yeah.
and Captain America says Avengers assemble
Oh.
and the camera literally is panning around them all and it's this it's a war essentially and it's right after that moment where Captain America rips the thing off his arm and he's standing there in that shot of the entire Thanos army facing one person
man.
and he's like, let's just go and fight them, and then he hears Sam in his ear and
To the left.
just the chills and the goosebumps are unbelievable. In that moment, when I watched it the first time, I thought I was going to throw up. Second time, I was agreeing.
I think the whole cinema thought they were going to
that
film
bit,
it.
see when Sam's coming through the portal and he goes on your left.
Yeah.
That's like.
Cap,
Yeah.
In Captain
I
America.
just get goosebumps thinking about that.
Yeah.
Cap, can you hear me?
Yeah.
But in Captain America, Winter is it Winter? No, it's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
Winter
it's-
Soldier.
it's
Is it
Winter
Yeah,
Winter
yeah, it's the
Soldier?
one that came out in
When he's
2014.
jogging
And they're jogging and
Yeah.
he's like, on your left.
Oh,
Captain
mate.
America says that to Sam because
Yeah.
he's whapping him all the time. And he's going, on your left. On your left.
Literally,
good.
oh, mate.
That bit. That
So
was
many
good.
bits like that and you don't even realise, like, lines.
What's your theories? Because I've got lots of theories.
About
yeah.
what?
Right.
Well, this
The
is...
Soul Stone is death. I'm adamant the Soul Stone is death. I was adamant in Infinity War. Now this movie just.
And that's why killed his... That's why he killed Gamora in the first one because he's trying to please to get...
Well, no, it's a
mind
soul- a soul for a
Thanos'
soul.
thing in the comics with...
I don't think it's that. I think he
No,
had to
but-
just try to. But think
Never
about
know.
it. The Infinity
Never know.
Gauntlets, like the Infinity Stones. Oh, I'm going to go full nerd here, full theory. Just bear with me. The Infinity Stones make up the entire universe.
Universe, yeah.
And when you've got the Infinity Gauntlet and you've got all the power of the stones, you can do whatever you want. You
Yep.
can shape the universe however you please. But you can't get back somebody who died getting a Soul Stone.
Yeah,
Why
so
is that?
you'll never... Yeah.
Because it's a soul for a soul.
Why is that?
No, but you can do whatever you want. Who cares? And you have the Soul
Exactly.
Stone. The
And-
Soul Stone is yours to command.
Yeah.
Unless the Soul Stone was controlled by a cosmic entity. And where is that planet? The centre of the known universe.
Yeah.
Death. It's death.
It's
It's not Red. It's not taking the form of Red Skull. It's Red Skull because we've seen Red Skull die, and Death has Red Skull, and it's like, oh, I'm just a face.
But also, I was watching... I seen a clip from Captain America the other day and it was the bit when Red Skull dies and he's like...
Zoomed
the
away.
Tesseract and he's like zoomed away.
Yeah.
Never know.
Also,
It's like what it's like when Thanos does it with the thing and he disappears. That's what it looks like.
Speaking of Tesseract, is Loki alive?
yeah,
something
because they're
like
doing a
that.
TV show with him.
Must be.
But is it when he in the rehash of the Avengers film when he goes away with the stone? Is it that Loki
I
or
think
is
it
it
will
current
be.
Loki?
What I
Well,
don't.
Loki's dead
Exactly.
What I don't.
because they don't like. they bring back the people who he erased, but Loki died before that. So,
But then in the flashback, he goes back with the stone. Surely
Well,
the TV
it'll be
stones
that
would have been
one.
What
better.
I don't get though is that so obviously Tilda's
The chair keeps making fat
Tilda Swinton's character is like, no, I can't let you go away because you take this away and it's gonna go that, and they're like, oh no, we'll put the ball back at these specific times. But so he's ran away with the Tesseract at that point. So has that created another reality? And then Nebula killed herself, but this Nebula's still alive.
Yeah.
Because that's a different reality as well. But is that not like what Tilda Swinton was like? We don't want different reality. Like I don't know. That's really confusing me.
That's Captain
As a
America's
dumb
job
little
to fix.
But
Because I know he puts the stones back, but still Loki
how-
ran away with it. Loki ran away with
because
it.
they went back in
they
time and got
went
it
back
before
to the
Loki got it.
1970s before.
But
But
Loki
then-
still got it at that point.
No, because if
But he wouldn't have because they went back even.
But they've still gone back.
but how can Avengers 1 happen if
There's no
there's no
Tesseract.
Tesseract there? Because
No,
they've got
no, I know Captain
I know, because
Captain
he
America
goes
goes
back.
back to the 70s and puts it back to where they took the
it. So
Tesseract
Loki
from.
will still get it.
But Loki has still ran away with the Tesseract at the end of what would have been Avengers Assemble.
He will still get it.
So Loki's still done it. They've not gone and fixed that Loki. Maybe they have. I don't
Also,
know.
when
Unless Cap has to stop Tony from stopping Loki.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's what's.
when Captain America goes back, how does he put back the Soul Stone?
We don't know.
Still to find
We don't
out.
know.
That was a nice
Um,
ending for him.
That was a
Oh,
really nice
that's
ending
a
for
good
him.
bit. Favourite Avenger.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know.
I think we're asking the question. Who is your
Oh,
favourite
it's
Avenger?
but yeah.
I don't know.
Favourite
I
Avenger,
don't know.
question mark.
I don't know.
Probably Tony Stark.
I always lied to myself and said it wasn't Cap, but then
To be honest, Thor was always my favourite, but I can't have a thing for Hawkeye now.
Thor was
Oh,
my
I-
favourite. Like every time in Avengers 1, Thor's has the best entrance in Avengers 1.
Absolutely.
The moment it was Thor, I was like, oh my god, yes, get in there. But when you think about it, it's Cap. See, after Winter Soldier, it's Captain America.
Yeah.
You love that film.
No, I
don't
do.
you?
I
Yeah,
love
no,
Winter
I
Soldier.
watched it for the first time with
Yeah.
Mason, and he was literally sat watching me the whole time, like.
And I had the biggest chow mein you could think of.
Yeah.
Honestly, the
Literally
size of this
the
table. I don't know what I'd like. This boy want chow mein? Okay,
Yeah.
you just dump
Chow mein, okay.
all of it in. Just
We got a £30 Chinese just for the two of us.
yeah. Well,
But I bet.
Well, I mean,
it
most
was
of it was you.
delightful.
I got one meal, and Mason got the.
£15 for me.
Nice. I mean, what else do you talk about? It's just so much.
What do you think's gonna happen next?
Oh, can
With,
I
like,
just
the-
say? Can I just say another moment that was fucking beautiful was all of the women coming together.
Oh,
for it
mate,
to-
it's
to-
so
Pepper
good.
Potts as well as a
Pepper
lifeline.
Potts, I know.
The Wasp is there. Gamura's back.
Gamura.
Oh, Gamura. What did I say?
You said Gamura.
Gamora.
Aye, but I'm from Scotland.
Gamora.
Yeah,
Whatever you do, he's
Gamura,
not to have
Nublala.
Gamuri.
He'll ask for it, but he's no to get it. Gamura.
You know,
And Captain Marvel's there, and they're all there
I
together.
fucking love Captain Marvel.
Jesus.
Oh, she's
Captain Marvel's one of my favourite films.
Oh yeah.
Love it so
What are your
much.
favourite films ever?
Just genuinely, no, I loved
Yeah.
it so much. I saw it 4 times.
Haven't spoke about that really
I'm
actually.
not even joking. I've been to see it 4
You
times.
must be the one
You'll get it,
person
you'll get it.
that goes to see films on repeat the most of my life. I love it.
It's because I've got my unlimited card. I'm like, what else do I do?
It's still at the cinema, what a day.
Those
No, but it's like if someone wants to go-
scrolls were hilarious.
I love the scrolls with all my heart.
Have you seen Captain Marvel?
Yeah.
I love Talos. Talos is one of my favourite characters. Full
Ben
stop.
Mendelsohn.
It's just it's just but it's when they're like
Australian.
why is he
bad
Australian?
guy.
But it's when they're like, oh, can everyone do it? And he's like, well, physiologically, yeah. And it just kills me.
Dare I say talent?
Talent.
It reminds
And
me
then
of
when they're
Thor.
like, oh, when Fury gets his eye scratched, and he's like, oh, it's just a scratch, and he's like, nah.
What's the other one?
He's
where
like,
the-
he's got the sippy cup, and he's like, you better be nice to your neighbours. You never know when you're gonna need sugar.
and that's all he says.
And you're like, what does that mean?
Speaking of funny moments in the cinema, you told me when earlier on you took you to see Avengers.
No, I took you in to see Shazam.
Oh, you telling them
Yeah.
Shazam, and it was one of the the Cineworld adverts, and it's like, oh, this is the best.
Cineworld Unlimited, or whatever, yeah.
life-changing experience. Well, it was really loud, and I turned to Leanne, and I was like, it's a life-changing experience. But it had finished. The advert had finished. It was quiet, and I was just like, it's
It was like the
And
silence.
super scary.
It was the it was the silence before the movie starts, and he does that. Literally, everyone in the screen turned to look at this little boy, like, "Is he alright?" And you just sitting there like, "Ah!"
Oh my god.
It was funny.
Oh.
That was good. That day we saw Captain Marvel and then
And Shazam,
and
yeah.
Shazam.
Still not seen Shazam, but
when?
I don't see Shazam.
I've not seen Shazam either.
Oh,
It's
really?
good. It's alright.
I've not seen any movie apart
It's
from
probably.
Endgame.
It's probably.
Ever.
I've never seen the movie. Apart from Endgame,
I've
that's why I'm
only
here.
I've only ever seen Endgame and Captain Marvel. That is it. That's the only movies I
7
care
times
about.
each.
Yeah.
Creed 2 either.
Honestly, Captain Marvel's still in the cinema, so
It is
I
still in
may
the
go
cinema.
back.
Because I went to the HMV looking to get it on Blu-ray, because I think 2 months after it's out, it'll be on DVD by now. It's out to June.
Is it not?
Let's talk about a sad moment now, I guess.
Yes.
Let's talk about Tony Stark.
Yes.
Did we see it coming?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as he
Oh,
sat
yeah.
down beside the tent and the wee girl came out, I went, "Oh, they're gonna do it."
No, I didn't think at that moment. I just thought him or Cap, one of them was going to
The
go.
moment I knew he was dying was Infinity War. When Thanos says to him, "I hope they remember you."
Oh yeah.
When he stabs him, he says,
Yeah.
"I hope they remember you." All the survivors remember you. The moment he said that, I knew they would kill him off, and they have to kill him off because they want the next Iron Man.
Yeah.
Which I thought was going to be his daughter, eventually, but during his funeral, there's the boy.
Oh,
boy.
Iron Man
That's the
3.
boy in
From
Iron Man 3.
yeah.
Another random
Could
hint
be.
to Iron Man 3.
He could be the next Iron Man.
That would be good if they did that.
Yeah,
Because everyone's like, "Why was he there?" Like,
Yeah.
like everyone knew that's who it was, but
of course he would be.
didn't know. I think they thought he was announced in 2017 that he was going to be in it. Like that was when
Yeah.
they first announced that. So I think people thought maybe he would have more to do than
Would
just
have to be.
standing at the end not saying anything.
But I knew,
I,
I knew they were killing off.
That's cool though. I would like them to do
I knew
that.
they were getting rid of Steve Rogers and Tony Stark. I didn't
Well,
know.
because
They need to.
no, what's that? Chris Evans like tweeted being like, "It's been a pleasure playing
Yep.
Captain America,"
Yeah.
and everyone was like, "What do you mean play?"
yeah,
Like,
blasted.
yeah.
I
So you knew something was happening to
yeah.
And they need to make way for the
for the new.
new people, the Fantastic Four.
And
I like
Falcon's
that.
great too.
I
Oh,
like that
yeah.
he gave it the shield to Sam as
And
well.
Bucky.
Not Bucky, because Bucky was like,
It was just really sweet when Bucky was like, "On you go."
Yeah.
yeah.
That was a good nod.
If he gave it to Bucky though, then people in America would be like, "Why are you giving him like this terror?" Because
Yeah.
even though
'Cause
he's
he's
good
still-
now,
yeah,
he
he's
still
still
did all
got-
those.
Bucky
Yeah.
doesn't. Bucky doesn't want it. You
No,
can tell.
he's got an army, doesn't he?
Before Infinity War, no, but before Infinity War, he's farming in Wakanda.
Exactly.
He doesn't want to be Captain America. I know in the comics he becomes the next Captain America. But
Yeah.
I
Falcon's a much better choice.
I love that moment at Tony's funeral when the camera literally, there's one take, it's one pan through everybody. Everybody's there, but they're all kind of standing very
And
placed
they
very
group.
nicely.
Also,
And they're all kind of like going through everybody, and then it gets to the end, and you've got Nick Fury shows up because he's
Yeah,
like the
son.
boss,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like he made the occasion. Do you know what I mean?
Made it back.
He's so good.
Yeah.
where's Gamora?
Gamora.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3, so it's with Gamora.
Yeah.
That's the title.
Search for
Torn now.
Gamora.
You heard it here first.
I think Thor will be in it as well.
No, he
Yeah,
will
well,
be.
yeah, because his contract's
Contract's
just
just
been
been
renewed with
renewed.
Marvel. So, which is good, fine by me.
That'll
Yeah.
basically be.
I wondered if
Thor
he'll
4
be
as well.
skinny off it.
That bit at the end with Tony Stark's daughter
And
Oh,
happy.
I'm
happy.
Do you know why I
For a
love that
cheeseburger.
moment?
That
Do you know why I
slayed
love
me.
that moment?
I love Jon
Because
Favreau.
Jon Favreau, he's done the Iron Man movies,
Yeah.
so it's like a hint to not only the characters, but it's like a hint to real life.
Uh-huh.
You're like, see if you know, you know.
You know.
I actually love Jon
You know.
Favreau so much.
Also, as well, not really, but basically, Tony Stark's last lines are his last lines in the first Iron Man.
Which is Iron
Iron
Man.
Man.
Which is
Iron
Iron
Man.
Man.
Yeah.
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 And I was like, when he said that, I was like,
Oh,
Yeah,
I knew it was coming,
he
man.
says
And I was like,
pepper
say it, say it,
before
say
he
it.
dies. Says
is
it
that
one word
one word?
Pepper.
Basically, yeah.
or something.
And then if you watch the recording that he'd done when they're watching him after he's dead, he says, "I love you with 3,000," and that's the last thing he says.
And
Yeah,
3,000
From,
is
but that's recorded before.
the Marvel Cinematic Universe is 3,000 minutes long.
Yeah.
Ah,
Is it?
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Well,
know
give
that.
or it's not going to be
Like on-
3,000 on the dot
on the
because
dot.
that would be
Insane.
Actually, impeccable.
that would be incalculable.
Yeah.
But it's, yeah, roughly 3,000.
Did you see at the start of the film, or not the start of the film, the 5 years later time jump first scene when they're in the sort of Alcoholics Anonymous sort of meeting, and it's Joe Russo,
Yeah.
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 and it's cool, isn't it?
Also, one of the other guys sitting there is the creator of Thanos.
I see.
In the comics.
Yeah.
I love wee moments of that, man.
Thanos and Drax and Gamora.
Probably.
Always great to see Drax, see Big Dave on
Or
the big
Nebula.
screen.
Maybe.
Yeah.
When he came stabbing.
Yeah.
That was good.
Again, we're going completely the opposite direction here, but when they're back in 1970 and you've got Michael Douglas, Hank Pym, younger,
Young.
it's just
How did they-
unbelievable how they
do-
do this.
Because his is honestly like so in a lot of things they make people young and it just doesn't work. Like it doesn't look good.
Yeah.
But for some reason,
Him
they
and
can...
Samuel L. Jackson.
And,
in
Oh my
Captain
god, yeah,
Marvel.
because Samuel and Coulson.
Princess Leia in Rogue One.
Fuck yeah, and yeah.
Yeah.
Like how do they do
Yeah,
it
but
these
that's
days?
she's staying still, and really it's just her face.
I know, but it's the first time you've seen, you're like, oh my god, like, how did they manage
They also
that?
do it in Civil War with young
With
Tony
Tony
Stark.
Stark,
With
yeah.
young
When
Tony
he's
Stark.
young. It didn't look good there, so they probably had. Okay, it
They
didn't look
worked on
bad.
it.
It didn't look bad.
You could tell.
You could tell it was. You're like, what the?
It is just amazing.
It's
what
not as
they
bad
can do.
as Jack Sparrow and like Salazar's Revenge.
They must
Oh
have done
my
it a wee
God.
That's
bit.
the worst.
That was. Did we see? We saw
We
that
saw
together,
that
didn't
together.
we? Yeah.
Remember
Sal-
Jack Sparrow and Salazar's Revenge?
Nope.
They both pirates.
They made a
pirates.
young.
Oh, good.
They
Don't-
made a young Jack Sparrow as a
Yeah,
bad.
but it's like they've obviously
What's all
got
this
they've obviously got an actor that looks kind of like
Robert Downey Jr.
no.
No, not Robert.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp.
They've obviously got an actor that looks kind of like him, and then they like have like rearranged his face so that like it's like a young Johnny Depp, but it's just really not good.
Yeah, you can tell. It's
That
like,
whole
you're
movie was just
a
really not good.
alien. Oh no, it's one of the worst movies I think
I
I've
also
ever
just
seen.
hate that girl so much.
The one from
Skins, I hate her.
because they tell me if you
Effie.
had characters. Oh, super.
Fucking hate Effie, that actress. Anything she's in, she
Kaya
just does not.
Scodelario.
She's awful.
I know this is
Very
off
much
topic, but it really annoys me that they can't even keep consistency with their own fucking writing. With her being Barbossa's daughter, and the ages don't even make a little bit of sense.
Was this in Pirates of the Caribbean?
This is the fifth Pirates Caribbean. She's my daughter, and it's like, is she fuck? I mean, the ages are completely different. If she was your daughter, she'd be at least 40.
Yeah.
Nice.
Anyway.
So I want to give a special shout out to Paul Rudd. I think he's outstanding in this film.
Amazing.
I adore him.
I think
From heart.
I might even go out on a limb and say this is his best movie performance.
Yeah, it's
You've always
just...
seen Knocked Up.
Yeah.
Or Wanderlust.
Oh, no, that's his best movie performance.
Ah, yeah.
In the mirror
You,
scene.
you're
I'm
gonna
going
take it.
I'm going to put my dick in.
I'm gonna push the
Do you
dick
like
in.
my exquisite erection? My erection selection?
You gonna take this dick.
Do you
You're gonna
up
take
in your veins?
Brilliant.
Wanderlust is
You
one
like
of my
up in your
favorite films.
He goes, hey man. But all of that,
Yeah, no,
definitely.
I think I said this to you, and I was like, if there was to be any actor that was in Avengers that wasn't in the original, like
Absolutely.
Avengers Assemble, any actor in the world that I would want to be an Avenger, it is Paul Rudd.
I'm sick of the Ant-Man films getting a slagging because they're
I
not serious
fucking
enough.
love
I
them.
love them all.
They are
I know there's like two of
so-
them.
I love
Funny.
Ant-Man. I
I
just
think
love.
they're great.
I love Paul Rudd. I just. Oh, I just.
Oh, Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh,
Oh,
She's
yeah.
one of the most beautiful women.
Catwoman.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
that's what I
She
think
is,
about it.
yeah.
Absolutely,
She
man.
is.
Isn't she?
The bad mother in Hairspray.
Yes, Velma
yeah.
Tussle.
She's also the witch in
Von Tussle.
Stardust.
Oh.
There you go.
Such a good film.
Stardust.
Yeah.
Such a good
Anyway,
film.
Take
What
that.
was I saying?
Ant-Man. We love the nature of it.
Ant-Man, yes. That last Ant-Man film,
Ant-Man
Ant-Man
and
and
Wasp.
Wasp,
Yeah.
so funny. That's
Brilliant.
his hing's broken and he's got all the different
See, when
sizes.
he's, do you know the funny thing?
That's
is?
so funny.
See when he's going through the school and he's tiny, he's got the jacket
He's
on.
got the-
Stop right there.
Why would I
It's
watch
just-
it
Oh,
again?
it's-
Where can I watch it?
I just love, and I said this about Infinity
It's
War.
on Now TV.
Yeah, we watched that as well.
What?
We watched that Man in the Wasp in cinema as well for the first time.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix. No, it's not. It's on Sky.
Yeah,
funny.
well, I said this about Infinity War on the podcast. I love how every single character is just as important as the next. Like Ant-Man is like regarded as one of the main Avengers,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
so then like Hank Pym's
Just everyone is,
referred to,
yeah.
and then like his daughter when Paul Rudd first sees his daughter again, and she can't believe he's alive and stuff like it's
So
a
how
brilliant
old, How
moment.
old was she meant to be?
So that's 5 years after. So
yeah,
'Cause she seemed-
she seemed a bit older.
She seemed way older than
Yeah,
she
she
needed
did,
to
definitely.
be.
Maybe she-
Yeah,
maybe
I
she
think
was-
she was maybe 10 though.
and then
And
15.
then
She just
she'll
seemed
be about
really young.
15,
I
16.
can believe
yeah.
that. I can believe
Yeah.
that.
She just seemed a lot younger in the Ant-Man films.
Yeah, but that would just be
Well,
a case of.
yeah.
It kind of looked. I thought. See, because it was the door was shut and you seen her through the thing. I thought it was his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hope.
No, his
ex-wife.
ex-wife.
his ex-wife.
Yeah, that's what, yeah. Sorry.
The ginger.
But then I forgot.
The policeman. Is he a police?
Yeah,
He's a
he's a
policeman.
detective or something. But then, yeah, I was just confused. I It was all clear.
It was-
when she
it-
came
it-
through the door.
It was accurate enough. It's not as if I was saying, "Hold on, my movie experience is ruined."
No,
Yeah,
but I know
She's
she did
too
seem older.
fucking old.
Because then when she came out, it was like she
No,
lived
I just
there.
checked.
Do you know what I
She
mean?
was 10, so she's 15 now.
We had braces and stuff.
Thanos was such a bad bastard in this.
Oh,
Thanos
this
would
one.
fucking get it.
I was going to say even more psycho in
Sorry.
this film.
See Infinity War, you can like,
Yes.
I sympathise with Thanos just,
Well, yeah.
just a little bit. He's the hero, and then you watch
Yeah, me
the
and
game and you're
Claudia-
like, oh my
Aye.
god, this
Yeah.
guy's
Thank you,
pure
daughter.
evil.
Me
Kinda.
and Claudia, when we first came out of Infinity War, we were like, Thanos, you kind of got a point. Like,
Absolutely.
he's got a point here. But then in this one, he was like, I will take joy in killing your
Oh,
planet.
yeah,
I was like,
See the bit. Do you know what bit I loved? See the bit where when they first attempt the time heist.
yeah.
The first time, and Hawkeye's phone goes,
Yeah.
and Paul Rudd walks out. Scott Lang walks out and looks at the nice sunny weather,
And then all the
and
birds-
he's going, I think it worked.
And the missiles.
And then
And
you
then
see the
shoot.
missile, and it's like the most devastating attack in movie history. It's just like just destroys everybody. It's just a shame none of them. Oh, a shame.
It was.
It's quite funny how none of them die.
Do you know that's one thing that really made me cry was Rocket being like, I can't breathe. I
Oh,
can't
mate,
breathe.
it's
That was like,
scary.
I was like, oh my god, Rocket.
I know. It was
'Cause
between him
'cause he's
or a
fucking-
tree.
I always forget that that's Bradley Cooper.
Mate,
Yeah.
And
how funny is that?
it confuses me so much.
It doesn't even
because
sound like
it
him.
doesn't sound like him.
There's no need.
Like,
And
it's
also,
weird.
there's no need for Vin Diesel to be cast as
No.
Groot.
There's every reason for Vin Diesel to be cast
You
as
see, when wearing
a bark jacket to the premiere, and then the other one, he's
Sweet
just got one with like little sprouts coming off him. My mum, shout out to my mum.
Shout out
She
to Jenny.
fucking loves Groot. Like she loves him, and she
Alright.
always just walks about going,
Groot
"I'm Groot."
is cute.
Yeah.
Like she does it all the time, and like
I'm
anytime we're at a family event and like Mr. Blue Sky starts playing, she's
Yeah.
like, "I am Groot," like dancing about like, "I am Groot."
I am Groot.
I'm like, "Okay, mum, you're Groot."
Let's give a special shout out as well to New Asgard.
Oh
filmed
yeah.
in the Scottish Highlands.
Woo, hey you.
Yeah, boy.
And the bottle.
Queen.
The bottle of Iron Brew.
I'm looking at one right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Ding,
product
ding.
placement.
Although it was meant to be Norway, was it?
Yeah, it was meant to be Norway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was from Scotland.
So
Wasn't
they
it?
had the bottle of wine.
Yeah,
brew.
it's from
Mm.
Scotland.
Yeah,
and
because it's a hangover cure. That's what that was the attention to detail.
Yes.
Is that
Oh.
he's always drunk, so he needs a hangover cure. Because also, was he eating a
a
deep fried Mars,
Mars bar.
bar?
Yeah,
Yeah.
noticed it the second time.
Yeah.
Taika Waititi playing
Oh,
Korg.
I love him.
Thank you, Thor.
Great.
And they're playing Fortnite.
Wait, Fortnite.
Brilliant. Thank you, Thor.
But it's just
guys.
touching on Thor. Like, there's a lot of people who are kind of pissed off because, well, not pissed off, but they just think like Thor was kind of done dirty in this was because, like, when Iron Man comes back and he's been stuck in space and he's like lost
Yeah.
a lot of weight and he's like really emaciated, everyone's like, oh my god, like that's so sad, like oh my god, he's so skinny because he's been starved or whatever. But then Thor's dealing with his grief in
Yeah.
a way that he's abusing his body and the fact that he's like put on a lot of weight and he's not looking after himself, and it's a joke and that's funny. So a lot of people are like, that's not, like, obviously like it was done for laughs, a lot of it, but it was the fact that even like this is supposed to be his family and they're all still laughing at it. People are like, that's not like just because he's fat, like, you know, he's still
No,
dealing
fair
with
enough.
his grief. So that's
Yeah.
one thing that could have been done nicely.
Yeah.
But
I did like the fact though that Tony called him Lebowski though.
that, yeah, because he did look like
He did look like the Big Lebowski.
yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
I'm sort of hit or miss with that because Thor's had his moments
Yeah.
a lot in Marvel. Like Avengers 1, Age of Ultron, Thor gets his moments.
Yeah.
And like Infinity War.
When he just fucking like put the power of a star through him, like.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and
Oh!
like, the biggest
Yeah,
moment, arguably, in Infinity War, the best moment is when they land.
Yeah.
And he throws
Oh, yeah, that was...
Thanos. Like, he's had
Yeah.
his moments. And like, the same people that say Thor got done dirty are the same people that don't care about Hawkeye. And like, the Avengers 1, he
Oh,
does
love
nothing in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See that moment where Thor lands in
And his beard.
Wakanda.
Oh, it's
No,
no.
in the Infinity
In
War.
Infinity War.
The moment for me that was like that in Endgame was he is worthy.
That
Oh,
was like,
yeah.
How-
I knew it.
we are just on this wavelength. I don't know how to explain this moment because it's just like it doesn't make any sense.
The 10-year-old inside me was
Oh,
going,
mate.
"What?"
Yeah.
That's when we solidified Captain America as the GOAT.
We are forgetting about perhaps the biggest moment of the film.
Yeah.
No.
Steve Rogers getting the
Mjolnir.
Thor hammer. Yeah.
Meow, meow,
On the
meow.
place.
Meow.
Yeah, I know. What's it
Feckin'
called?
You know
Mjolnir.
Mio.
Mjolnir.
the
Mjolnir.
moon.
It's MJ.
The Mimaging Joe.
It's weird.
The hammer.
Mjolnir.
Babidi-bop.
The cinema erupted.
Yeah.
Oh my lord. They did the Star Wars moment where Rey gets the lightsaber. We'll just copy Star Wars. Why not? We don't care. We don't care. You know, like in Force Awakens.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, but
yeah.
no one cares about Rey.
Wow. Oh,
Jings.
heart just. No, but yeah, what an amazing moment.
Yeah, and then he was fighting Thanos, and he was
I
like
know.
hitting the shield with a
Yeah.
hammer and stuff.
Oh, see when he threw the shield, threw the hammer at the shield and it reversed. Oh, that was the best.
Also,
They go-
I would just like to say, if my brother has listened to this, Danny, absolutely fuck you. I told you Doctor Strange knew. Because my brother annoyed me so much because we have thought about this endlessly because he'd be like, well, why didn't Doctor Strange just go back in time and use the time stone and do this? And I'm like, because Doctor Strange knows you have to do specific things.
Yes.
He knows every possible outcome. He knows what needs to happen to get the final outcome. Like, yes, okay, Iron Man and Cap maybe aren't going to be there for the rest of the time, but like, for the whole of the benefit of more people, he knows what needs to happen. And my brother would be like, nah, he's just fucking idiot. And I'd be like, Danny fucking knows. So fuck you, Danny. He knows.
I loved when Tony Stark is looking at Doctor Strange and Doctor Strange just puts up the thing.
Yeah.
You're like, this is it. You
One.
have to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You also can't go back in time with the time stone.
Can you? I don't know.
No, no one's ever done it. I mean,
It's just the
you
That's
can
what
stop
everyone,
time,
because
but
that's
you
what
can't.
everyone's been saying. Like, why don't I go back in time and do
Yeah.
that? And I'm like, fuck off.
But if they can do that,
You're
then
an
they would have just
idiot.
fucking like
Yeah,
from day one.
yeah. But anyway, yeah. So that's fuck you.
Oh, can
Danny.
they not? Does he not do that at the end of the first Doctor Strange film?
No, he just loops time. He
Oh, he
doesn't go
loops
back
it,
in
right.
time.
Yeah,
It
that's
is-
he gets thingy but he's stuck in a loop.
Yeah, because she wanted immortality, and if she had the time stone all that time, she'd have just put back in time.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
Constantly.
Also, Rhodey,
Oh yeah.
him being like, can I just go back to a baby Thanos?
Yeah.
And
first of all, that's
He-
horrible.
the amount of like funny lines he had in this was really I
Yeah.
enjoyed that. That was good.
Speaking of going back in time, what about when they go back to 1970 to get the Pym particles?
Tony Stark's.
Tony Stark meets his dad.
Howard Stark.
Brilliant.
Such a good scene. They needed that scene.
Yeah.
Because that was the one thing Tony hadn't ever done in his life was properly,
Yeah.
Confront.
not even confront, properly say goodbye to his dad. Because
No, I didn't mean confront his dad, but I
Yeah.
mean confront those
He never had-
issues that he had.
he never had closure with his parents,
Yeah, yeah,
especially
yeah.
his dad. And because he was fine with his mum, and it's because Bucky obviously
Yeah,
kills him in,
Yeah.
during the, I can't remember what it's called.
That time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the one thing Tony hadn't done. And it's the one thing Cap hadn't done either, was get closure with.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
I
it's
can't remember her
so
name.
much.
What's she called?
Peggy.
Peggy.
When he's looking through the window.
Yeah,
Oh,
like, you know, like
such-
they
I
got their
really,
ending.
I was really hoping that like she was gonna glance up and just see him.
Yeah. Like she still get the picture of him on her desk.
When he's
Brilliant.
really skinny as
Yeah.
well, when he's like little, when
Yeah.
he's little Steve, because
Yeah.
she loved him before.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was wanting him before the
Yeah.
muscles, and then he got
Yeah.
the muscles, and she was like,
What? I don't mind. I won't say no.
What about so mentioned it earlier on about the start of the film? You know, every Avengers film starts off with this dun 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 dun. We start this film off with Hawkeye playing with his kids. He's kind of talking with his family and stuff, and then the snap happens, and then it goes. Any time now that I see those the dust of the people disappearing, pure gives me chills.
Yeah.
I love it, and that moment at the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp,
That
the
was my
post-credit
favourite.
scene where they all disappear, chills everywhere. Same thing at the start of this film.
Well, because
I-
I only watched Ant-Man recently,
Yeah.
and so seen that end credits scene, and I was like, but
I remember
was
my
like,
reactions
I'm
in
ready
cinema.
for it.
Yeah, I remember we were like,
Because I remember saying to you,
Brilliant.
as soon as he went into
Oh.
the quantum verse,
we were like, it's
'cause
good.
I said to Leanne, they're gonna fucking die
Because
by
Chris,
Thanos.
Chris, you tweeted saying like, it doesn't matter if you don't enjoy that film, that end credit scene, and I was like, oh no, like fuck,
Yeah.
like people going,
The minute he
disappear.
went in, the minute he went
that's
into the
spoiler for you?
quantum verse,
no.
I knew what was happening. I was like, no, he's gonna
Yeah,
get fucking
no.
left
Also, can I just say the way that Scott returned was a fucking rat.
Brilliant.
I was like, that is perfect. That is exactly that is exactly him.
I had to
Think-
happen
Do you
with that.
think in all the other the other what are the other things
Films.
that that Doctor Strange went through?
Time
Time
loops
loops.
things.
No.
Oh,
the
he saw all the possible timelines.
other outcomes.
The millions of.
Do you think in all the other outcomes that just didn't run across that bit of the van?
In
or
some
something?
of them maybe, yeah.
That's the one reality that you know.
One it was a horse, but another it was a rat. I don't know.
It was a horse.
It was Ken John himself.
Before the Endgame came out, my big brother was convinced that they'd have a big battle with Thanos at the beginning of the movie,
Oh really?
and I was like, no, they're gonna kill him easily.
See, look at that. Brothers are wrong.
He's gonna die. And then this is so funny in the cinema. Maybe I was wrong about. His head just was
Brilliant.
flying. I was sitting there like, well,
Oh, I know,
Everyone's
yeah,
kind of
when-
like, oh, that's the end of that then.
Yeah, when Thor went for the head.
Yeah.
Like, me and Claudia were like, wait, where do we go from
That is
here?
the point when
Yeah.
it changed. I was like, right, so
You're
what
like,
are we
what the
gonna
fuck
do?
is the plot? Like, you're like, I know there's another hour and a half here.
Yeah.
there's only,
More than that.
Yeah.
there was like 3 hours left.
It's 2.5.
Oh, sorry,
I
I
think
got
the
I got my numbers mixed up.
Basically,
Okay?
the full movie left. I was
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I like the trailer only being like the first 20 minutes as well, because you have no idea what to expect.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
favourite scene was probably still Tony when he comes back and he's skinny and he's talking to Cap and he's
And the
like,
first thing he says is,
we lost together. Like
we lost the boy when he says that.
We lost
about
the kid.
The kid. That's
Yeah.
it. The first thing he said was that he lost
See,
Peter.
that's the
I
most
was
famous
like,
line was in Civil War when he says, "What if we fail?
We failed."
We'll do that together too." And he
Yeah.
comes back and bites him in the ass.
Yeah.
It's like, "Well, we lost."
I like Hawkeye's rant to Hulk, or Thor, sorry, about the red guy. Go speak to him. Go talk to him because
Oh,
of
yeah.
what happened to Black Widow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that wee rant.
Also, I'm
He
really
was saying,
sorry,
"Why don't we just bring him
but
back?"
Are you happy, Scarlett?
I'm so glad it was Hawkeye that survived and not her. I know that's really bad.
I know you don't like her that much.
No,
I
I
knew-
don't not like her. It's just I didn't want Hawkeye to die.
Yeah.
The thing,
He's
It was when
unfinished business.
it was when he jumped first. I was like, piss off.
Yeah.
He's got I was like, I know she's got family, but like, he's got kids. We're saving his kids here.
Yes.
So yeah, that
I
was
knew
fine.
it was Black Widow dying because the back of my head I was like, they can't do Jeremy Renner
But-
this bad.
But yeah, but
They
when
hate him.
Doesn't it get in Infinity War?
They hate him.
no, but it was when when it happened. I was like, I leaned over to Claudia. I was like, I'm so sure they just announced a Black Widow movie.
Yeah,
So I'm very confused.
Yeah.
And Claudia's like, yeah, no, it's a prequel, Leanne. It's a prequel. I
Ah.
was like, okay.
Is it?
That's fine.
Yeah, it has
Yeah,
to be.
I mean, it has to be. She's
Or-
kicked it.
Well, we never.
Unless it's a different
Well, no,
reason.
because I think she said
So-
she's not coming back as
Yeah.
Black Widow.
Yeah.
Apart like to do new stuff,
Uh-huh.
so they won't like she's pan breed.
I mean, at least she's like getting a movie.
she got like
Absolutely.
she had a good ending. It's like
Yeah.
she
She did. No, she did it.
yeah
She did it.
she did what she had to do.
They wouldn't have done it without her.
Yeah, exactly.
Same with
Without her
Tony.
doing it.
She was like, whatever you have to do, whatever we have to do, or something like that.
Whatever
That's
it
what she-
takes.
Whatever it takes. That was it. Yeah.
I only realised as well.
I also loved her hair. Sorry,
Yeah, like the
the roots.
Oh,
It took me a
lovely.
while to realise that Tony died because he clicked.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. What do you think killed him?
I don't know. I just thought he was
Like,
yeah,
tired
just
out.
that,
I just thought
yeah,
he was
yeah.
tired out.
Yeah,
you
no,
know what
I thought he was asleep at first, and then I was like, oh no, he did.
Because the light goes
No,
off
no.
his heart.
I knew.
Yeah.
I knew he was dead.
No,
but
I didn't.
mean,
I thought he'd gone for.
No, I just thought he was like.
And this is a really sad nap, and the funerals happen.
I forgot
Who's
that
died?
it's like if a human. I forgot like humans can't
They're not strong
even
enough.
hold one of them.
Yeah, because it had to be. It had to be Hulk.
Yeah,
I'd have just got Peter Cole to do it. He could have done it.
I know, but he'd
Oh.
already done it.
That
He's
bit was
he's
great.
fucked.
When
He's
you
a
go back to
celestial.
the start of Guardians and he's singing to the song, and
Yes,
it just gets punched.
Yep.
So he's an idiot.
that was so
Um,
funny.
I love all the Guardians.
And
songs.
it's like when he's going for the song and it's good, and then it cuts the music
It's
away,
just
and he's
him
like,
singing.
"Hey."
Oh, I did love that. That was good.
Really, him? It was either him or a tree. Brilliant.
Well, that now that Endgame's finished, like they're done.
Yeah.
What's your top 3 Avengers movie? Not Avengers, your top
MCU
3
movies.
Marvel movies,
Ooh.
like of the Infinity Saga.
Right. No particular order.
No order. Just your top 3 favourite.
Right. Endgame's up there.
Yeah.
I'd probably say Civil War, just because at the time it kind of changed the way I looked at them and made me more of a fan alone, that film.
Interesting. Yeah.
And then I would say for a third one, I'd probably say the first Guardians.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love loads of them. I love the first Iron Man. I love Ant-Man. I love Homecoming and all that.
Infinity
I love
War.
Infinity War.
You?
Yeah. I've seen
top 3.
Infinity War the most out of any, I think.
Yeah.
So I watched
Winter
that-
Soldier for me.
I watched that right before we went to see Endgame, and it was just
I
It was
didn't
too
even know
far
what
out
I
my
was
hole.
anyway.
I was just in a daze there. I realised I was staring at your crotch. I didn't even mean I was like,
They don't
yeah,
have
I've seen
context
Infinity
for
War.
that. They're just going to hear me saying, "Oh, my knee was too far out my hole."
Sorry,
My
I was
knee
just,
hole in my
He's got-
jeans.
it's
Hold on,
and
it's
I was
pants.
staring at you, and I'm so sorry.
It's his diabetes. Just
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, you go top 3 MCU films.
probably first Avengers film. Endgame. Yeah, would have to.
I love
be
Captain Marvel as
Endgame.
well.
See, I'm thinking Captain Marvel and Infinity War
And Black
is
Panther.
Winter Soldier.
Well, see, mine are probably because I've not really watched like.
All of them.
No, I've watched them all apart from Iron Man 3, shockingly. But mine are all probably like the ones that have come out in the past couple of years because those are the ones that are like.
They're just so
Stand
good.
out.
Those are the ones that also because I mean I loved Avengers and like I did follow it all, but I wasn't like properly like intense in it.
That's
And then
what
it
I'm
was
saying, yeah.
Civil War. Like me and Erin went to see, it, and Erin like fucking loves Captain America. So I was like, oh cool. Like, I mean I like the movies. Like I've enjoyed them. Like
Yeah.
loved Avengers. And then I was like, oh fuck, like this shit's real good.
Yeah.
And then obviously when it was like Infinity War and Black Panther came out, I was like, fuck, and like Spider-Man. So
Guardians
it's only
2.
like yeah, and like all the Guardians
Yeah.
movies as well.
Yeah.
So it's only in like the past like 2 or 3 years that I've actually been like, oh wow, I really like
Yeah.
these films. So like my top is probably to be honest like Captain Marvel. I fucking loved it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Black Panther's up there definitely. Probably Endgame.
Yep.
Infinity War though, I've seen Infinity War at least 10 times. I'm not even exaggerating when
Yeah.
I say that. Like, because I've watched it with each member of my family individually, and I saw it in the cinema 2 or 3 times.
It's so funny how long the films are and they just fly by.
Yeah.
Sorry, another two that are my favourite are the first Avenger
Yeah.
and the first Iron Man as
Well,
well.
Yeah.
the first like Captain America.
Like, sorry,
Yeah.
Captain America,
The
the,
first
first Avenger.
Avenger,
Is what I
yeah.
meant.
The first Avengers was like how, I like a group of friends that I had. Like that's how we all became really close friends because we all went
That's
to
cool.
see Avengers together and we all loved it. Like my old flatmate Emma.
Yeah.
And we all were different Avengers and I was Thor.
Nice. Nice. I love Thor Ragnarok as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
good one.
fucking good.
Hello.
I just loved him. Yeah, you're right.
Chris Hemsworth.
And fucking Jeff Goldblum in that film.
Yeah, he's
Brilliant.
funny in that
Jeff
film.
Goldblum.
That's one big pile of shit. My
I need to
top
watch
three.
that one again actually.
Yeah. Mason, top 3?
Endgame, Winter Soldier, and Guardians 1.
Yeah.
Guardians 1 has to be.
Also, you just have to talk about the soundtracks for Guardians.
Yeah.
Like those, that's like my music taste
Yeah. Brilliant.
in a soundtrack. Like
80s kind of jazz.
Yeah, and see in Guardians 2 when it's fucking Cat Stevens because
Yeah.
Cat Stevens is like one of my most favorite artists in this entire earth. Like that was like what the music my mum played to me when I was a baby. Like
Yeah.
like love Cat Stevens and it was Father and Son and that was like one of my favorite ones and I was like fuck 'cause I love Cat Stevens
Nice.
so much.
Well, if we've got anything else to say, I think we can kind of call it a day. But I mean, what an amazing film! What an amazing experience!
Yep.
What an amazing journey we've all been on.
So
the last
happy
20
to be a
films.
part of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're so lucky. We're so
I
lucky
know.
to have these films in our.
Who do you want to see next? Because they've done all these old amazing
Who do you think they're
superheroes.
going to bring next? Yeah, because they might have to just bring new ones now.
I
Two
don't
words.
really know.
2 words. Fantastic Four.
Oh,
I'll
because
tell you
they've got
why.
the rights now, don't they?
Yeah.
They do, and I think the next baddie is Galactus.
Third time's a charm, I guess.
Yeah.
Galactus,
I
is he
like
one
the
that
first
eats
one.
the-
Aye, they've all-
Second one I
That
heard
was
was really
in
bad.
Fantastic Four, right? As a
Yes,
Silver Surfer,
Rise
but
of
was...
the- it was a
Oh,
big cloud.
because Captain America's fucking
Yeah, Human
Yeah.
Torch.
They, I
What the hell
reckon
was that about?
Bring him back as the Human Torch!
yeah, please.
they'll
Sam's
do,
there going, Steve.
because they've already hinted at the Celestials in Guardians 2, and then they've hinted at the Cosmics with that planet, and Death, if Death is a Soul Stone, and that means they can now do Galactus.
Also,
And the
I
Fantastic
think
Four.
Spider-Man Far From Home is meant to be the Eternals.
Yeah.
So, is
Yeah.
it the Eternals or the Elementals?
The Eternals rings a bell.
I think
It's maybe both. Like it
I'd
maybe
love to see the
both the same
Fantastic
sort of
Four
thing.
in MCU. And
Yeah, that would
Galactus,
be
because
good.
Galactus
Well,
is
but
never
done
really...
properly, like
I
Fantastic
quite
Four
like
done
the
properly.
first Fantastic
The
Four
first one back in
movies.
like 2004 or
I
something.
like the
Yeah,
second one
yeah.
as well. I mean, it's not good.
Yeah, it's
2005 I think it is.
I've
Well,
never
if you
seen-
compare it to like now,
Was it
Absolutely.
was it not like Miles Taylor or Michael B. Jordan?
Oh
No,
no,
that's
probably the
we'll
worst
speak
movie
about that
ever
one.
I've
made.
never no. That's what I was meaning. Like that was the
I'm
most recent.
Chris,
I've not seen it.
The
I know it's
worst
bad.
movie
Chris knows
ever
my hate
made.
about the new Fantastic
He
Four.
does
I
hate it.
swear to fuck, it's
Let's
probably
do-
the worst movie ever
Mind
made.
I was saying before at the start of the show, we said what format will we go forward? We'll watch an individual film and report
we watch
back.
bad movies?
Let's do the Fantastic Four from 2015.
I just don't understand why they did half the shit they done that. Let's make Doom a hacker.
let's not.
You know what I
We'll do it because
wait for
I've
an
not seen it. I
episode,
want to see
we'll
it.
wait for an
so.
I've not
episode,
seen it
aye.
either.
Yeah.
I want to see what I want to see next. Fantastic Four, Galactus, and I want to see a proper Doctor Doom, Latvian Emperor, Doctor Doom, like from the comics. Big suit of
Proper
armor,
Doctor Doom.
coat, cape, shooting lightning bolts, magician, super scientist. None of this bullshit. A hacking
Super
computers.
scientist.
He's a super magic scientist.
What are the movies that are confirmed next? So obviously we've got Spider-Man, we've got
Guardians 3.
Guardians 3, Doctor Strange 2.
Ant-Man? Did they announce another Ant-Man? Or am I just
don't
making it up?
know.
Oh, I don't know.
No, I think Spider-Man is.
Either
They're doing a
Spider-Man's-
Guardians 3, but they
Uh-huh.
don't know. There's no release date.
It's next year.
Thor.
It's been pushed back because of the whole James Gunn thing.
Yeah, and
Thor
then
4 will probably also be.
are they
Guardians.
doing a fourth Thor?
No, but I'm saying that'll probably
Apparently,
be
there's
Guardians 3.
Oh, right.
a whole year between
Releases?
the release of Spider-Man and then the next one.
So
There's
there's
a whole
there's
year
a,
between.
there's a
They calm
second
it down a
there's
bit.
a second Doctor Strange.
Right?
Yeah.
So we've got Doctor Strange, Black Widow, another Spider-Man, another
Loki
Guardians
series.
Loki series. There's also, is it not Bucky and Falcon
Sam,
have a
yeah.
series as well?
That'll be
I-
great.
I want them to give DC a go. Just see if they can do it.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I want them to try DC. They've done Marvel, and they'll be like, right, give us a Justice League. MCU. Or Disney.
Oh, Disney.
Do
you
the
take
movies,
Disney.
right?
Yeah,
Disney
yeah,
put it
yeah,
off.
yeah, yeah,
Right,
yeah.
we've done Marvel.
We'll start again, right?
We'll do it right. Sit down, shot, watch this, and then they just hammer out a DC universe.
Every
Yeah,
year.
because Shazam.
Shazam was funny.
Wonder Woman's great.
Shazam's probably my favourite DC film.
I love Wonder Woman, just the ending's pish.
I didn't realise though Shazam was actually like
DC.
DC
Because the
because
tone's so different.
I just didn't even
Yeah.
realise until until actually there's like Superman and I was like, oh, he's real. This is not like, because there was they have like a Superman bullet and I was like, oh, that's funny,
He used
like
to be
comic
called
book thing.
Captain Marvel.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
You've told me I've never heard one person mention so many times that Shazam used to be called Captain Marvel. You told me that 1,000 times.
See, when I first heard about Captain
Bad
Marvel,
memory.
when I first heard about Captain Marvel, I was like, we don't need to see this. What, Captain
Same,
Marvel?
same.
Captain of the whole Marvel universe. And it came out and it was obviously the complete opposite of what I was expecting. And it leads
So
into
funny.
Endgame.
I love that
Brilliant.
cat.
Yeah.
Goose.
Yeah. Well, folks, thank you very much for listening. I know it's been a bit of a cluster, but I don't think we could have done it any other way. Just it's like this bit, this bit, this bit. The next episode you'll hear, I think will be more of a catch-up. I think since the past 5 months we've kind of been on a wee radio silence. We'll talk about other films that we've been watching and stuff. We'll come back with some form of new idea, whether it be a general topic or an individual film or a new film coming out, because there are so many big films still to come out this year. Toy Story 4, The Lion King,
I forgot.
Star Wars. So many big films coming out this year.
Oh, Star Wars.
Oh, I can't wait.
Oh, that
I need to come. I'll need to come back through to Glasgow.
It's going to be emotional, man.
Star Wars, the whatever it is. I can't
Rise of
even remember.
Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker.
I've not watched the trailer.
Chris, I
I'm
know
not
you
gonna...
always do your own thing for Star Wars, but
Yeah.
I want to try go to like
Well, we can
a
watch it.
midnight one.
Midnight one, especially because it's the last one.
I wanted to see the last one, Jack Hogg at midnight.
Shout out to Jack Hogg.
Jack Hogg, you're one of my favourite boys. Stay well.
Yeah. He's a
Erin
teacher now.
doesn't. I have a feeling like she doesn't like Star Wars.
Who?
She doesn't.
I
Obviously,
dunno.
card is fine.
She might not have it.
Have you seen the Clone Wars?
I
trailer?
won't have mine.
Is it the Clone Wars, is it? It's not like a
No, the
Enterprise.
cartoon.
Ah,
The
sorry.
trailer for
They're
it.
doing the new season of. They're continuing the Clone Wars.
Right. I only ever seen the film.
You've been attacked.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
The Clone Wars film from like
Wars.
2008.
The one with Jabba's baby.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
I seen
yeah.
that in the cinema.
So did I. I went for my birthday one year.
Well, they're continuing.
That's what I did.
They're continuing that because they did Rebels, which is set during the the time
Right.
of New Hope, and I mean, I'm pretty sure they're doing like Revenge of the Sith and the Rise of the Empire.
I want to see.
you should-
I want to watch that Rebel show because I heard it's really good.
Yeah, it is really good.
Yeah. Cool. Well, we'll be back at some time. Also, this whole time we've been away with the good bit and stuff. I've been going mental on YouTube. Loads and loads of videos. CM42 TV, if you want to check some of them out. Reaction videos, movie reviews.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Like, comment, and subscribe. She knows. She knows. And maybe you should too. Yeah. Ladies and gents, thank you so much for listening. Guys, thank you very much for joining me today.
Right,
Yeah, need to.
And we'll be back again very soon. Hopefully it's not another 5 months. Until the next Good Bit Pod.
Recognise.
I thought you were going to say something.
No, I was waiting for you to say that.
Thank you very much for listening, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time, folks, I've been Chris Moffat. This has been Mason Patterson, Ewan Ferguson, and Leanne McMaster. Until next time,
Recognise.